Alright. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Say it back. Okay. Gonna be another relaxing one today. Riley will show up in a bit. Gonna be reading more Lives of the Necromancers today. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Ellie. Just gonna be a reading stream today. We're gonna finish up the D section and jump around a little bit. I made a delicious burrito for my breakfast, which was quite yummy. Quite fucking yummy. Went to the gym, had a protein shake, all that good shit. You guys eat anything yummy today? Tell me. Takes a step closer. Tell me about the yummy things you ate.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Riley.
Please, God, let me meet her.
Please let me meet that perfect girl.
So sweet and shy and my age. The girl who won't secretly think I'm a loser.
That is one of my favorite audios of all time.
Thank you.
It's
oh
so
my God.
good.
But Bernie, you said you were going to change America and save the world. Kung Pao penis.
Kung Pao penis. Made some chilio with hot sauce. Got a coffee cake muffin. That can't be the only thing you ate. You gotta eat other stuff in a day. New meds have tanked my appetite, but I managed a waffle. Oh yeah, you gotta eat. Kung Pao penis. How are you this morning, Riley? Oh, Riley, you still with us?
Sorry, I just put on my headphones and it automatically mutes me when I do that.
Oh yeah, Discord loves to change your audio input and mute you without warning if you try to do anything, ever.
Yeah. My tummy is bad, so we're just, we're taking it one day at a time. And there's a fly in my room, so I'm like Walter White right now.
I'm sorry your tummy hurts. That's terrible. Luckily, you don't
Yeah.
read with your tummy, so this should be pretty easy.
Exactly.
I'm finally over being sick. I'm not in pain like I was last stream. That's going to be a lot of fun for me. Hi, Tara. Hey, thank you to the 2 people who've subscribed. Twitch says we need 10 until I get a present. I don't know what the present is. But
You are going to win subscriber.
you are going to fucking win. I don't know what it's gonna. Also, how does the audio sound? Is anyone too loud, too quiet? How's the music, everyone?
You have posted based, and you are going to win subscriber.
Crisp. Yeah, the sickness was freaking defeated. It's sometime between the past and future, I think. Oh, that makes sense. And see, gifts are between they're between perfect and terrible things. They're just presents. They're good things.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. Sex gifts. Dean Norris.
Sex gifts. Dean Norris.
I love that he just tweeted sex gifts like he was
Sex
Googling sex gifts.
There's this one tweet that's like, it's like a woman posting about a movie and she's clearly using text to speech, like speaking into her phone, and then she's clearly doing it in the drive-thru. So she's like posting about a movie that was like, I really liked Infinity War. Yeah, with bacon. Sprite. Yeah, just one Sprite, small. Like, and that's the post.
Ah, that type of shit giggles me. It makes me.
That shit's so much fun to me. Oh, right. I had minor Tumblr beef news that I think you would appreciate.
Yeah.
Someone got mad at me in my inbox. It was clearly like another like occult interested person. Is this a? Hey, thank you for the subscription. Is this a thing where like occultists get mad at you and then they start saying shit like, this motherfucker has never even entered the Pardes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
someone.
no, they'll say stuff like that. And it'll be like shit that you've never even shown a slight interest in practicing that they're mad at you for not doing.
Right. They start hitting you with like, your feet will never be planted firmly in hell, and your head will never be in heaven.
Yeah, this bitch is never making it across the abyss.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're not making it to the city
you're a
of the
black
pyramids.
brother. Yeah, you're never gonna become Nemo in the city of the pyramids.
Ma'am, what is my cat doing? I heard a noise. No, that shit's funny to me. Every time people get mad at me,
My imaginary friends are cooler than yours.
yeah, it's literally like I had a dream about my imaginary friends, and they said that I'm wiser than you. This motherfucker has never met the DMT gnomes. They're called cyber elves, aren't they, or something?
No, machine elves.
Machine elves.
Oh my god.
Cyber
you're a
elves are
fake
from
fan,
Mega Man.
fake fan.
My mistake. Machine elves, that's the one. Ugh. All right. Do you want to finish up the D section today?
Your mom finished up my D section today.
True. Ding 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 ding
Thank
ding.
you.
You're going to fucking win.
Give me a sec to see if Lives of Necromancers were in D. Dr. D.
Dr. D.
Where did we stop?
I think we stopped around. It's not easy to imagine a state of greater degradation.
He talks so good.
I do want to chat
my
for a bit
God.
first. We're
course.
still kind
I
of
just
letting
need to
people.
I need to get there
yeah,
in my
yeah.
phone machine.
I finished up the Gnosticism section for the book. That was interesting because it's like choosing what not to speak about. Because Gnosticism is one of those things that you can spend an entire book just like explaining the different little like sub-strains of it in the Nag Hammadi library alone, and not even talking about the non-Nag Hammadi library stuff.
No, I love books on Gnosticism, but sometimes you pick up a book on Gnosticism and you think it's going to be good, and it's just Jungian bullshit the whole way down.
Oh
and
my
it's
God,
like,
yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about psychology.
It's like
Stop. I want to know about the people that did this. Don't tell me what it means. I want to see what they said.
Right. It's like engage with the primary sources. Like talk about fucking like 2nd century heresiology. Talk about fucking Tertullian. What are we doing here?
I love that like all the like anti-heresy polemicists end up as saints in Aleister Crowley's Gnostic Mass because they preserve about like Gnostic theology in their polemics.
Yeah. It's Tertullian is genuinely really interesting. Like he has such fucking like Tertullinian. Wow, fucking owned. Got him.
That is that.
He fucking hates antiquity, dog. He thinks the world is so fallen and irredeemable and corrupt and degenerate, and he's fucking seething at the world. Like Tertullian's worldview is broadly
And then he's like, Gnostics are wrong.
Yeah,
let me also believing all of that.
And they're so clearly wrong that I'll perfectly preserve their theology for 2,000 years. Just describe. It's like, here's what they actually believe. YouTube thumbnail.
He hates the world, and he's like, here's why it's wrong to hate the world in the wrong way.
It's interesting because it's like he's not fucking Boethius. Like, Riley, do you know much about Boethius?
I have no recollection of
He
Boethius.
is so.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Boethius. I mean, he's kind of a theologian, kind of not. He's basically considered the first medieval philosopher. He's like the first guy to be a medieval person, rather than like a Roman, like a late antique Roman. And
Uh-huh.
the thing about Boethius is that he also thought the world was like fallen and degenerate and a shitty, like he was a weird, shitty conservative, but he like imagined a philosophy in which he was at peace with that. Like he had the capacity to imagine a new form of social conservatism.
One must imagine Sisyphus happy or some shit.
It's like literally the leftist thing of like you must imagine a better world, but he just imagined a slightly different form of social conservatism in which like the peasants are fated by God to toil in the mud until they die. And he's like, but that's kind of noble, low-key. Like,
Yeah.
He's
like, I don't believe in reincarnation, but if there was reincarnation, that would, like, they would reincarnate better next time.
Right, you're winning reincarnation points for your next character. Yeah, it's why Ignatius J. Reilly fucked with him. But it's like Tertullian is so... It's like the only thing, like he sees a terrible, fallen, corrupt world, and all he can imagine doing is staunching the bleeding with overarching theocratic social social, spiritual, governmental conservatism.
Every guy who reads Tolkien in his 30s, like
Yes.
for the first time. Oh my god.
It's like, oh my god.
History is one long defeat. We can only fucking slow down the inevitable march toward pure degeneracy. Oh,
right.
I'm the last bastion of purity in this world.
We have to hold the line against an increasingly corrupt world.
Lovecraft's type guy.
Yeah. It's like Loki, just like every Christian theologian for the last 2,000 years kind of feels that way. It's just like every day on this rotten earth takes us further from the Garden of Eden, where everything was pure, and all we can do is try to die slower. All we can do is try to march towards the apocalypse slower.
I love that this is exactly Ivan Illich, but woke. Like, he does this in a communist way. They're all the same. They're the same guy.
They are. It's like just this broad... Like, oh my god, my best friend, Armand, like, dropped this one banger a while back that I cannot stop thinking about. It's, to conservatives, it's... Society doesn't exist and morality is magic. Like it's all individualism. No one exists in a context. You never
exist in the context.
You didn't just fall out of a coconut tree. Yeah, it's like everyone fell out of a coconut tree. No one exists in a context. History is a series of individuals doing great man things. And even considering your other men is something beneath the average person. And if young women have blue hair, the crops will fail.
This is like average Twitch viewer ideology.
Literally, yeah. It's
one of my favorite things about that "We Exist in the Context" clip is that it's so decontextualized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have no idea what she was talking about before or after that.
But she said a funny thing about a coconut tree, and it's funny to say online. So who cares about the context? I don't know the context.
I didn't even hear the coconut tree part first. I was dating someone, and they just said, like, "We exist in the context," and I had been saying it, and I didn't even see the coconut tree part until months later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fucking... Yeah, the delivery is really good. Like, so it's like, you see Tertullian, like, railing against... It's like, anyone that isn't Tertullian is a corrupt, depraved degenerate that's trying to divorce us further from God. He's still kind of a late Platonist, too.
Tertullian would have killed it, like a dime square
Oh
gala.
my God! Who is CT in call with today? This is my friend and fellow occultist, Riley Rednines. Um,
That's me.
what the fuck was it? Yeah, yeah. It's like Tertullian would fit in perfectly with the like dime square
Red
crowd.
Square girls.
Mm-hmm. It's
They
it,
would try to sell him on anorexia. He'd be like, "That's just fasting."
right, right. He would meet the dime square girls and be like, a bunch of several pious women of God starving themselves to increase their earthly purity.
Yeah, they're basically anchorites.
Yeah, they're basically anchorites.
They don't leave fucking Brooklyn.
I see. The amphetamines help you read scripture faster. How ingenious.
I mean, this is like half of the guys they interview now, like these types of people.
Oh, it's
They're like, I'm a, take me seriously. I'm talking to a theologian. And then they're like, what's your opinion on jelking? The theologian has to like deal with these people who are like vaping in their face and it's deeply unserious.
it's like I remember seeing a picture of some of the Dime Square people. They were like, they bought a copy of the DSM-5 and then tore out the page about schizophrenia, and then they wrapped them up as cigarettes and smoked the schizophrenia definition cigarettes. And I was like, this is so annoying. Oh my God.
Like, no, this is everyone like idolizes the CCRU, but this is exactly what the CCRU was like. Like,
it's like, can we say something of
only,
meaning
like,
here, please? Can we not just like be obsessed
the
with
only
images?
like cool ones out of this were like Mark Fisher and Reza Nagarastani.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really fuck with like Donna Haraway or the Cyborg Manifesto or any of that, really.
Meow. Meow.
Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, Mama's working. Mama's working. Mama's talking about theology on the internet, so I can buy you kibble. Hi. Yes.
Yeah, everyone subscribe so the cat can eat.
Yes, subscribe so I can buy better kibble for Meki. Smoking the schizophrenia cigarettes is straight up magic? No. I don't... It's like... It doesn't have enough swag to be magic. There's a certain amount of swag that it is missing. That's true. At 300 subscriptions, Meki unlocks golden kibble. That's true. Loki, we don't even need reality anymore. I'm pretty sure I can survive indefinitely off the idea of a burger. Speaking of medieval anchorites...
Oh my god.
The
I want to be a
divine light...
stylite. I want to be like just up on a pillar and have everything delivered to me in a basket on a rope.
Oh my god. If we were stylites, would you put your stylite next to me?
Yeah.
That'd be
We could like pass paper airplanes back and forth.
Yeah, we could debate theology by shouting at each other really loud.
We'll tear out pages of the DSM-5 and throw paper airplanes at each other with notes on theology.
Yeah, do smoke signals with our cigarettes.
God, no. Imagine like you're a stylite who loves cigarettes, but like the Christians below are like, no, that's a sin. We can't let you have any, and so you're just up on top of the style, like having withdrawals.
Right, throwing rocks at them until they give you cigarettes.
You're like out of rocks after like 2 rocks.
You're like, hey, can you guys send me my rocks back up in my basket? And they're like, no, you're gonna throw them at us. They're like, you're right, that is true. I would do that.
Oh my god! Imagine like you could like force someone to be a stylite if you made the style high enough that they can't like jump.
Ooh, they should do that. Should be like a new form of going to prison where they just lock you on top of
This is an A24. Yeah, this is an A24 movie.
Yeah, they just lock you on top of a pillar, a really tall pillar, and no one's allowed to get you down.
Yeah, they send up your beans and soup. Oh my god! And the stylites had to like send them down a bucket of poop.
Right. Or do you think they were just pooping off the pillar? Like, or there like big brown streaks on the pillar, like down the side?
That, like a bird.
Yeah, like a bird, like a bird nest. That's yucky.
Early Christians were the gross ones.
No shot they were pooping down the pillar. I'm pinning that. That's good. Early Christians were really yucky. Like there was a lot of yuckfulness to them.
I mean, yeah, late antiquity, like half of the drugs had like human or animal poop in them, and
Yup.
you were supposed to like put these Christs on you, which are just salves, but they always have like crazy drugs in them, and then like a lot of times poop. I don't know, it's pretty yucky.
Very yucky. I see why the
And
Romans were
like
like, "You're
religious
smelly
ones,
barbarians. Knock this off."
the religious ones like the colurion that like Jesus uses, like you're supposed to rub in your eyes. And I don't know what's in the recipe for a colurion, but it's a Christ that you're supposed to smear in your eyes, and it's supposed to burn your, like you cover your face in chalk,
Oh.
like a chalk paste, so that it doesn't burn your skin, but it will burn your eyes.
So it's blind yourself.
But this is why everyone's like, that guy's obviously a Christ, because he's just painted up like one, you know.
He's covered in poop and chalk.
It was probably like you wouldn't very clearly see the poop, but it would definitely be in whatever like of the like ritual drugs they used.
Mm-hmm. Riley, did I tell you that while I was walking around,
like the colors, they would have a lot of like dyes and stuff. Like pharmacon also means dye, and like in the like, drugs, there would be a lot of like bright colors so that you could identify them. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, did I tell you that when I was like walking home from the gym the other day, I found a tarot card on the ground?
Oh, that's fortuitous. What was it?
It was the Three of Swords.
Oh no.
And then when I was walking back the other way from the gym, I found 7 more tarot cards on the sidewalk.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they're dog themed. They're from a dog themed tarot deck.
Bark bark.
Yup, it was the... Let's see. Okay, I have them here, actually. It's the Moon, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Empress.
Huh. Someone's having, like, relationship trouble.
Yeah, I fucking... Hi, baby. I'm almost positive that someone bought this tarot deck at there's like a local shop I'm pretty sure they bought it at, and then they took it to the park and opened it on a very windy day, and so it blew down the hill to where my gym is.
That's so funny.
It's like, wow, thank you for the omen.
I had a similar thing where I found a bunch of Lotteria cards on the ground.
Ooh.
And I don't know anything about Lotteria, but they're in my drawer now.
That's cool. Yeah, I also don't know much about Lotteria. I have a Lotteria somewhere.
Like, you spend enough time with tarot, and you're like, I can't learn another system.
Mm-hmm.
This took too long.
Right. Oh, I've told you about the...
Learning, like, a new divination system makes you insane every time you learn one.
Mm-hmm. Have I told you about the new cartomancy deck that I'm designing?
No, I didn't hear anything about it.
Ooh, so, okay, the new one I'm designing is basically... So you know how tarot cards were based on, like, the game of Tarot-chi? Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I
want to play Tarot-chi someday.
It's fun. It's like... Yeah, I've played it before. It's fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
The new deck is based on it's based on TCG mechanics. Like, I wanted to make a very simple, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! / Magic the Gathering type game. And then, so I'm designing it with a couple of my friends who are, like, pro TCG players. And then after, we're designing the game first, and then afterwards we're going to, like, I'm going to hand it over to a bunch of my occult friends, and we're all going to design the divination system together.
Then you're gonna have to make them mesh somehow.
Yeah. I already have idea.
Did you ever play the Adventure Time Card Wars game?
Yes, I have a copy of it in my closet here.
Yeah. No, it was actually great.
It was literally dope. Yeah.
It's like you can kind of use it to explain MTG to people if you don't have those dual decks, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So part of the idea with the new Cartomancy deck is there's going to be a pool of like 200 cards, and then you pick, like you basically pick 50 to represent you personally. Oh, and also the cards don't have text on them. It's just the name of the card. The mechanics of the card game are determined purely by the symbology on the card. In this way,
Mechanics of the card game are determined by the symbology.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like on every turn, it's like you just tap every card you have on the field, and the like if the card has a sword on it, it deals 1 damage to the creature opposing it, and if it has 2 swords, it deals 2 damage, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
The idea
so
being
there's not like the super complex damage system.
No, I specifically wanted to I wanted it to be simple enough that you can teach your mom how to play it. And I specifically am interested in like, because okay, you know how the Azuisha is kind of a training manual for itself? I'm very interested in exploring that concept with Cartomancy, because I feel like tarot is also an example of that. It's a thing, it's like a sort of magical object that is also its own teaching tool is very interesting to me. I think there's a lot of room within Cartomancy to explore dynamics like that.
Like the reason the Golden Dawn would make you draw and paint your own tarot deck is because it would teach you all the correspondences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a very good, what's the word? Like didactic aid.
Yup. Have you ever done that? Have you ever drawn and painted your own tarot deck?
No, I want to.
Get yourself a stack of index cards and a bunch of crayons. It'd be fun.
Ooh. Yeah.
I should do that.
Crayons takes the pressure off, except it doesn't, because crayon is actually a great medium.
Oi, stop linking discords in my chat.
Who the fuck is doing... What is that?
Yeah, knock that off.
You have the power. You can just delete this shit.
I don't know how to do shit in Twitch. Hang on.
Dog, you need to get emojis just so I can spend all of my good boy points.
I know. You'd think after doing this for like a year, I would have eventually figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
But nah. I literally don't know how to moderate my own channel. I need other people to do it for me. You have the power to be his friend. Luckily, there aren't enough people in chat for that to be like a huge problem, but I will need to do that eventually. But yeah, look, that's a good idea. I should just sit down and draw my own tarot deck. That'd be really fun. I have like
you should sit down and draw your own emojis.
I should. Kung Pao penis.
Oh my god.
It is allowed. You are allowed.
Your message is being checked by the mods. It has not been sent.
You just
mods have allowed your message.
Yup. You need to study the minor arcana more. The minor arcana are like, that's where like the real meat of the tarot is.
If you study the Tree of Life, then the minor arcana become very easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how else to put it. You have to fucking,
Women!
You have to learn the 10 spheres.
Mm-hmm.
And also the majors become much easier when you study the Tree of Life. Just study the Tree of Life.
Yeah, yeah.
The tarot is the thing that lets you do that.
Right. Sephiroth? Yeah, specifically the Golden Dawn's interpretation of the Sephiroth that has like extra paths between the spheres.
Yep. And Sephiroth just means spheres.
Yep. Jodorowsky's explanation of the minor are different, but also really good. I think he was influenced by Paul Christian, and I can't find Paul Christian's books online.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
he was interested in this this one guy who's like I think he was like a Jungian Christian who worked with the Marseille.
I have like an
Um,
antique Marseille deck. I should dig that out.
I have like a replica Marseille that's printed in like modern ways. Um,
Here, entertain chat for a bit. I gotta go pee and get my cat out of the closet. She's stuck.
entertain chat. What do y'all know about the Nag Hammadi Library? If you use the Thoth Tarot, you'll get shit memorized pretty easily. There's a possibly fake and crazy story of its discovery. Yeah, someone was like walking and then they threw a stone and then it like smashed a pot, I think, or that was that the Dead Sea Scrolls. No, they were. I think that the Nag Hammadi people were like digging, and then they came across it, and then sold it to somebody, and then it got to some nerds, and they were like, "Where the fuck did you find this?"
Ugh, I'm back. Hello.
Okay.
Hi. All right. You wanna start reading? I can kick us off if you like.
I'll start.
Hi, May.
It is not easy to imagine a state of greater degradation than that into which this person had now fallen. During all the prime and vigor of his intellect, he had sustained an eminent part among the learned and the great, distinguished and honored by Elizabeth and her favorite. But his unbounded arrogance and self-opinion could never be satisfied, and, seduced partly by his own weakness, and partly by the insinuations of a crafty adventurer, he became a mystic of the most dishonorable sort. He was induced to believe in a series of miraculous communications without common sense, engaged in the pursuit of the Philosopher's Stone, and no doubt imagined that he was possessed of the great secret. Stirred up by these conceptions, he left his native country and became a wanderer, preying upon the credulity of one prince and eminent man after another. And no sooner was he discarded by one victim of credulity than he sought another, a vagabond on the earth, reduced from time to time to the greatest distress, persecuted, dishonored, and despised by every party in their turn. At length, by incessant degrees, he became dead to all moral distinctions, and all sense of honor, and self-respect. Professing himself to be wise, he became a fool, walked in the vanity of his imagination, and had his understanding under total eclipse. The immoral system of conduct in which he engaged, and the strange and shocking blasphemies that he mixed with it, render him at this time a sort of character that is painful to contemplate. God.
That's so good.
Imagine that. Imagine like someone saying this about you.
Oh man, it is your ass is painful to contemplate, dog. Oh man.
Devastating.
Led on as D at this time was the ascendancy and consummate art of Kelly. There was far from existing any genuine harmony between them, and after many squabbles and heartburnings, they appear to have finally parted in January of 1589. D having, according to his own account, at one time delivered up to Kelly the elixir and the different implements by which the transmutation of metals were to be effected. Various overtures appeared to have passed now for some years between D and Queen Elizabeth, intended to lead his restoration to his native country. Dee had, upon different occasions, expressed a wish to that effect, and Elizabeth in the spring of 1589 sent him a message that removed him from all further thought of hesitation and delay. He set out from Trebona with 3 coaches and a baggage train correspondent, and had an audience of the Queen at Richmond towards the close of that year. Upon the whole, it is impossible perhaps not to believe that Elizabeth was influenced in this proceeding by the various reports that had reached her of his extraordinary success with the Philosopher's Stone and the boundless wealth he had in his power to bestow. Okay, yeah. Important context, for this period, England was going through a pretty nasty economic crisis. Let me get the text a little bigger. Yeah, I'll see if I can.
Embiggen it.
Embiggen. How's this?
Put open dyslexic bold onto your browser so when you stream it becomes much easier for everyone.
Completely lost my place. Hang on.
I could start.
Hang on. Yeah. Start reading.
Many princes at this time contended with each other as to who should be happy enough, by fair means or by force, to have under his control the fortunate possessor of the great secret, and thus to have in his possession the means of inexhaustible wealth.
Okay, I found it. Here, I'll pick back up. Shortly after this time, the Emperor Rudolph seized and committed to prison Kelly, the partner of Dee, in this inestimable faculty. I was like, inseminable? No, that can't be it. In this inestimable faculty.
Made it.
And having once inflated him big and round, placed him in custody a second time. Meanwhile, Elizabeth is said to have made him pressing overtures of so flattering a nature that he determined to escape and return to his native country. For this purpose, he is said to have torn the sheets of his bed and twisted them into a rope that by that means he might descend from the tower in which he was confined. But, being a corpulent man of considerable weight, the rope broke with him before he was halfway down, and having fractured one or both of his legs, and being considerably bruised, died shortly after. This happened in the year 1595. I have never heard this before.
I've never heard that Kelly Rapunzeled himself with his bed sheets and broke his legs.
I'm very curious where he learned this. I have literally never heard this before. This is like
one of those things where they're like, Aleister Crowley killed 1,000 people, and we don't have any evidence of this, but
right.
how it happened, and he died too at the same time.
Right. It is said by the wise.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you want to take the next paragraph?
Yeah. Dee, according to his own account, delivered to commissioners appointed by Queen Elizabeth to inquire into his circumstances. Came from Trebona to England in a state little inferior to that of an ambassador. He had 3 coaches with 4 horses harnessed to each coach, 2 or 3 loaded wagons, and a guard, sometimes of 6 and sometimes of 24 soldiers to defend him from enemies, who were supposed to lie in wait to intercept his passage. Immediately on his arrival, he had an audience of the Queen at Richmond, by whom he was most graciously received. She gave special orders that he should do what he would in chemistry and philosophy, and that no one should on any account molest him. But here ends the prosperity and greatness of this extraordinary man. If he possessed the power of turning all baser metals into gold, he certainly acted unadvisedly in surrendering this power to his confederate immediately before his return to his native country. He parted at the same time with his gift of prophecy, since, though he brought away with him his miraculous stone, and at one time appointed one Bartholomew, and another one Hickman, his interpreters, to look into the stone, to see marvelous sights it was expected to disclose, and to hear the voices and report the words that issued from it. The experiments proved in both instances abortive. They wanted the finer sense, or unparalleled effrontery and inexhaustible invention, which Kelly alone possessed.
The remainder of the voyage of the life of Dee was, quote, bound in shallows and miseries,
God.
Queen Elizabeth, we may suppose, soon found that her dreams of immense wealth were to be obtained through his invention were negatory. Yet, would she not desert the favorite of her former years? He presently began to complain of poverty and difficulties. He represented that the revenue of 2 livings he held in the church had been withheld from the time of his going abroad. He stated that, shortly after that period, his house had been broken into and spoiled by a lawless mob. That did happen. A bunch of Dee's political enemies broke into his house and, like, stole all his books and instruments and shit. Instigated by his...
I would do this just to get his books.
Literally, yeah. Like, same. Instigated by his ill fame as a dealer in prohibited and unlawful arts, they destroyed or dispersed his library, consisting of 4,000 volumes, 700 of which were manuscripts and of inestimable rarity. They ravaged his collection of curious implements and machines. He enumerated the experiences
of his... miraculous flying machine.
He enumerated the expenses of his journey home by Elizabeth's command, for which he seemed to consider the Queen as his debtor. Elizabeth, in consequence, ordered him at several times 2 or 3 small sums, but this being insufficient, she was prevailed upon in 1592 to appoint 2 members of her Privy Council to repair to his house at Mortlake to inquire into his particulars, to whom he made a compendious rehearsal of 100 years of his life, accompanied with documents and vouchers. Not my curious implements. Fuck.
My miraculous angel machine. It is remarkable that in this rehearsal, no mention occurs of the miraculous stone brought down to him by an angel, or of his pretensions respecting the transmutation of metals. He merely rests his claims to public support upon his literary labors and the acknowledged eminence of his intellectual faculties. He passes over the years he had lately spent in foreign countries in entire silence, unless we accept his account of the particulars of his journey home. His representation to Elizabeth not being immediately productive of all the effects he expected, he wrote a letter to Archbishop Whitgift 2 years later, lamenting the delay of the expected relief and complaining of the untrue reports, opinions, and fables which had for so many years been spread of his studies. He represents these studies purely as literary, frank, and wholly divested of mystery. If the true relation of what passed for many years between Dr. Dee and certain spirits had not been preserved and afterwards printed, we might have been disposed to consider all that was said on this subject as a calumny.
The promotion which Dee had set his heart on was to the office of Master of St. Cross's Hospital near Winchester, which the Queen had promised him when the present holder should be made a bishop, but this never happened. He obtained, however, in lieu of the Chancellorship of St. Paul's Cathedral on the 8th of December, 1594, which in the following year he exchanged for the wardenship of the college at Manchester. In this last office he continued until the year 1602, according to other accounts 1604, during which time he complained of a great dissension and refractoriness, never seen that word before, on the part of his fellows. Though it may perhaps be doubted...
It means stubborn or unmanageable.
Interesting.
Resistance to a process or stimulus.
Though it may perhaps be doubted whether equal blame may not be fairly imputed to the arrogance and restlessness of the warden. Oh yeah, his boss hated him when he was working here. He's
just like me, for real.
Basically, the Queen gave him this job as like a, please stop bothering me to cover your basic expenses and just take this fucking job. And basically everyone at the college hated him. Work. Yeah. At length he receded altogether from public life and retired to his ancient domicile at Mortlake. He made one attempt to propitiate the favor of King James, but it was ineffectual. Elizabeth had known him in the flower and vigor of his days. He had boasted of the uniform patronage of her chief favorite. He had been recognized by the philosophical and learned as inferior to none of their body, and he had finally excited the regard of the ancient mistress by his pretense to revelations, and the promises he held out of the philosopher's stone. She could not shake off her engrafted prejudice in his favor. She could not find in her heart to cast him aside in his old age and decay. But then came a king to whom his prosperity and sunshine he had been a stranger. He wasted his latter days in dotage, obscurity, and universal neglect. No one has told us how he contrived to subsist. We may be sure that his constant companions were mortification and the most humiliating privations. Damn. He lingered on till the year 1608, and the ancient people in the time of Anthony Wood, nearly a century after, pointed to his grave in the chancel of the church at Mortlake and professed to know the very spot where his remains were deposited.
The history of Dee is exceedingly interesting, not only on its own account, not only for the eminence of his talents and attainments, and the incredible sottishness and blindness of understanding which marked his maturer years, but as strikingly illustrative of the credulity and superstitious faith of the time in which he lived. At a later period, his miraculous stone, which displayed such wonders and was attended with so long a series of supernatural vocal communications, would have deceived nobody. It was scarcely more ingenious than the idle tricks of the most ordinary conjurer. But at this period, the crust of long ages of darkness had not yet been fully worn away. Men did not trust the powers of human understanding, and were not familiarized with the main canons of evidence and belief. Dee passed 6 years on the continent, proceeding from the court of one prince or potent nobleman to another, listened to for a time by each regarding his oracular communications with astonishment and alarm, and at length irresolutely casting him off, when he found little or no difficulty in running a like career with another.
It is not the least curious circumstance respecting the life of Dee that in 1659, half a century after his death, there remained still such an interest respecting practices of this sort as to authorize the printing of a folio volume, in a complex and elaborate form, of his communications with the spirits. The book was brought out by Dr. Merrick Casaubon, no contemptible name in the Republic of Letters. The editor observes respecting the hero of his achievements in the preface that, though his carriage in certain respects seems to lay in works of darkness, yet all was tendered by him to kings and princes, and by all, England alone excepted, was listened to for a good while with good respect, and by some for a long time embraced and entertained. He goes on to say that, quote, "The fame of it made the Pope bestir himself, and filled all, both learned and unlearned, with a great wonder and astonishment." He adds that, as a whole, it is undoubtedly not to be paralleled in its kind in any age or country. In a word, the editor, although disavowing an entire belief in Dee's pretensions, yet plainly considers him with some degree of deference, and insinuates how much more regard such undue and exaggerated pretensions are entitled than the impious incredulity of certain modern soddices, who say that, quote, Sadducees? Is that it?
It's that, yeah, the Pharisees and the Sadducees.
Sadducees. Okay, it's a hard G.
There
is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit. The belief in witchcraft and sorcery had undoubtedly met with some degree of favor from this consideration, inasmuch as by recognizing the correspondence of human beings with the invisible world. It has one principle in common with the believers in Revelation, of which the more daring infidel is destitute. I don't understand Godwin's attitude on Casaubon. Casaubon fucking hated Dee. They were enemies. Like, Kasuban was kind of, like, the tone of Kasuban's accounts of Dee's life are, like, incredulous. He's like, can you believe what this idiot was doing?
Literally the coolest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, yeah. Check this shit out, this cringe shit. And it's, like, literally the one of the most important things to ever happen in occult history.
I wonder what fucking Godwin would have had to say about like Mathers and Crowley and all of them.
Yeah.
Were he alive?
One thing I'm surprised is that, like, one thing I'm surprised that Godwin didn't mention is that Dee is probably the inspiration for Shakespeare's Prospero. Like, yeah, like weirdo recluse magician who spends all of his time doting over his library, and at the end of the play gives up on magic and, like, loses all of his books. Like, Dee...
This happens to me all the time.
Exactly. And then you get put in a Shakespeare play. Ooh.
Sick as fuck.
Yeah. What do you want to read now?
We could go to, like, sylphs, gnomes, salamanders, and undines, or fairies, or his section on necromancy and alchemy and shit.
Let's do sylphs, gnomes. Let's do sylphs and gnomes and whatnot.
The fucking Tumblr nerds love a gnome.
Yeah, yeah. Tumblr loves categorizations of magical creatures. They love, like...
They love a fucking like a spreadsheet.
Yeah, they love philologies. They love, like, philologies of critters.
They love a spreadsheet, but hate Aleister Crowley, the #1 occultist spreadsheet maker of all time.
#1 spreadsheet monger in all of occult history. Right.
They're like, he was a misogynist and a bad guy. I'm like, don't you see this fucking chart?
Right. I thought you literally love charts.
They love a chart. Okay. Sylphs, gnomes, salamanders, and undines. But for that which they principally excited public attention was their creed respecting certain elementary beings, which to grosser eyes are invisible, but were familiarly known to the initiated. To be admitted to their acquaintance, it was previously necessary that the organs of human sight should be purged by the universal medicine, and that certain glass globes should be chemically prepared with one or another of the 4 elements, and for 1 month exposed to the beams of the sun. These preliminary steps being taken, the initiated immediately had a sight of innumerable beings of a luminous substance, but of thin and evanescent structure, that people the elements on all sides of us.
Where is he getting this? I've never heard this before. Do you know what he's talking about here?
I really wish he cited a source.
Yeah. This would be interesting. What is? Where did he get this from?
It looks like there's names mentioned at some point later in this section, but I don't know. Those who inhabited the air were called sylphs, and those who dwelt in the earth bore the name of gnomes. Such as peopled the fire were salamanders, and those who made their home in the waters were undines. Each class appeared to have an extensive power in the elements to which they belonged. They could raise tempests in the air and storms at sea, shake the earth, and alarm the inhabitants of the globe with the sight of devouring flames. These appear, however, to have been more formidable in appearance than in reality, and the whole race was subordinate to man, and particularly subject to the initiated. The gnomes, inhabitants of the earth and the mines, liberally supplied to the human beings with whom they conversed the hidden treasures over which they presided. The 4 classes were some of them male and some female, but the female sex seems to have preponderated in all.
These elementary beings, as we are told, were by their constitution more long-lived than man, but with this essential disadvantage that at death they wholly ceased to exist. They were atheists. In the meantime, they were inspired with an earnest desire for immortality, that there was one way left for them, which this desire might be gratified. If they were so happy as to awaken in any of the initiated a passion, at the end of which was marriage, then the sylph who became the bride of a virtuous man followed his nature and became immortal. While on that other hand, if she united herself to an immortal being and a profligate, the husband followed the law of the wife and was rendered entirely mortal. The initiated, however, were required as a condition to their being admitted to the secrets of the order to engage themselves in a vow of perpetual chastity as to women, and that they were abundantly rewarded by the probability of being united to a sylph, a gnome, or a salamander, or an undine, any of whom was inexpressibly more enchanting than the most beautiful women. In addition to which her charms were in a manner perpetual, while a wife of our own nature is in a short time destined to wrinkles and all of the other disadvantages of old age. Damn. The initiated were, of course, enjoyed a beatitude infinitely greater that which falls to the lot of ordinary mortals, being a conscious of a perpetual commerce with these wonderful beings, from whom society the vulgar are debarred, and having such associates unintermittedly anxious to perform their behests and anticipate their desires.
This is a citation from Comte de Gabalus at the end of this paragraph.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know who that is. It sounds like you strike a familiarity, like a...
Like 17th century French occultist, who is probably pulling from Paracelsus here, but adding more stuff.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Also, there's so much of Paracelsus that is untranslated. Not just the Latin shit, but like he wrote so much in like his own weird Middle German dialect that like
yeah, he wrote in that weird
is
like
just
lay
not translated.
Yeah, this weird untranslated lay German that he wrote that was like half Latin.
Oh my god. I want to learn every language just so I can translate Paracelsus.
Fuck, I'm learning.
I need to talk
Greek
to
now.
demons and get the gift of tongues. You're learning to... Hey, wait, can we do like a... I'm using the Hanson and Quinn text. We can like practice together and
Yes, we should. Let's be monks.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Let's be monks.
Let's be monks.
Let's just do a live stream where we do our Greek homework and be really boring.
Unironically, I would do
talk about declensions.
my fucking
birds.
followers would eat that up. Y'all would love that shit. Oh my gosh. Okay.
We should have taken but an imperfect survey of the lawless extravagancies of human imagination if we had not concluded a survey of this sect. There is something particularly soothing to the fancy of an erratic mind. In the conception of being conversant with a race of beings, the very existence of which is unperceived by ordinary mortals, and thus entering into an infinitely numerous and variegated society, even when we are apparently swallowed up in entire solitude. The Rosicrucians are further entitled to our special notice, as their tenants have had the good fortune to furnish Pope with the beautiful machinery with which he has adorned the Rape of the Lock. There is also, of much later date, a wild and poetical fiction for which we are indebted to the same source, called Undine, from the pen of Lamont Fouquet.
Interesting.
That's that gay, bald French man who talks about prisons, right?
Yup.
Fouquet.
Lamont Fouquet. Ain't that the hyper-reality guy?
That's Baudrillard.
Yeah, that's
John Baudrillard.
Yeah, that's Baudrillard. Oh man. Baudrillard. What does he mean by their tenants have the good fortune to furnish Pope with the beautiful machinery?
There's probably a guy called Pope.
Oh, okay. Who is he talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, dog. Alexander
you-
Pope? Is that it?
Isn't that like a later guy?
Hang on, Googling.
I'm just looking up The Rape of the Lock. Yeah, poem by Alexander Pope.
Alexander Pope, May 1688. Oh, okay, so
Okay.
early.
No, he wrote Rape of the Lock in 1712 or 1711, and then released it in 1712.
Huh, interesting. Okay. I see.
A mock heroic narrative poem written by Alexander Pope. One of the most commonly cited examples of high burlesque.
Oh.
What is high burlesque?
Isn't that the... it's like the gentrified stripping?
Kinky steampunk couple seeking non-binary unicorn to misgender until our marriage is saved.
Oh, man. Have you ever done that?
So there's burlesque or like unicorn?
Unicorning, for a kinky steampunk couple.
Not for a kinky steampunk couple, but like, yes, I've done things with couples. I don't. Burlesque is a literary, dramatic, or musical work intended to cause laughter by caricaturing the manner or spirit of serious works, or by ludicrous treatment of their subject. Okay, so it's satire for.
Yeah, it's like it's fancy
like early
satire.
modern period.
Yeah, it's fancy satire. I see. Oh yeah,
Richard Strauss's Burlesque for piano and orchestra. Robert the Devil. Sorry.
Interesting. Here,
and then it becomes in the United States like a format for variety shows, and then it becomes a striptease thing.
I see. Here, do you want to do Agrippa now?
I'll grip a fucking wiener. Yeah, I'd love to do Agrippa.
Agrippa D's nuts?
Yeah.
Get Agrippa Dr. John D's nuts?
John D's nuts. That's funny as fuck to me. Get Agrippa Dr. John D's nuts. Okay.
How about you get a Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa Dr. John D's nuts?
Henry Cornelius Agrippa was born in the year 1486. He was one of the most celebrated men of his time.
Well, not
his
cool.
talents were remarkably great, and he had a surprising facility in the acquisition of languages. He like the esoterica video where he frames Agrippa as like doing like a linguistics of occultism really helps you kind of fucking grok like what the fuck is going on with the 3 books. The 3 books are so good.
They are.
They're actually like the number one things that you should pick up as like a baby occultist are Agrippa's 3 books and Crowley's book 4. And a copy of Liber Nolen Psychonaut, just so you can be quirky for the non-binaries.
Yup. Just so you can see just so that you can understand what is happening on the internet.
Yeah.
And then once you've gotten all that down, you just like, I don't know, start reading Aristotle. Go to then you do fucking Plotinus. You read the Enneads.
Plato before you do either. You do Plato before you do either Aristotle or Plotinus, because you're not gonna. Anyway.
Right. Yeah, you got to read Phaedo and Phaedrus and.
I honestly, maybe even just start with some of the pre-Socratics.
Right.
Just because I like them. I just like them.
Hey, we love Heraclitus here.
And like the pre-Socratics are like the project of Plotinus is to add pre-Socratic quirkiness back into Plato.
Mm-hmm. That's
everything occult. Everything occult is just fucking Plotinus. Okay, yes. It's just Plotinus.
It's Plotinus forever.
Whether you're Christian, Jewish, pagan,
Muslim?
or Muslim,
yeah,
it's all Plotinus. So you don't actually have to read anything.
It's just read the Enneads like 7 times until you get it.
Yeah.
Want
Anyway.
to have the pulse of the contemporary internet queer culture? Read this book by a 15th century mercenary. Literally, though.
No. Okay. Oh God. I watched a video recently about like the influence of like courtly romances on conquistadors and how it like relates to Blood Meridian.
Yeah, I'm also a DJ Peach Cobbler fan.
Okay. Yeah. So you're a ball knowledge possessor.
Yes, I'm on the level.
Okay. That was a good ass video.
That was a good ass video.
It makes me just want to read Blood Meridian again. Like
You should. It's
I
good.
could just read like the same 6 books forever and never read any of my other thousands of books.
Have you read Don Quixote?
I've never read Don Quixote.
It's very good. It's one of the like there are books that you read where it's like
Everyone tells me it's a banger, and um, I read like a bunch of old anarchist books, right? And their favorite things to cite are fucking Dante, Don Quixote, and the works of Henrik Ibsen, and Bertolt Brecht. They're also obsessed with Bertolt Brecht. And also Karl Marx. They like to like those are their like 5 guys that they cite the most that aren't like other anarchists.
Right. Now there's a lot of books that are like regarded as classics, and okay. Books called classics fall into kind of 2 categories for me. There's like the first category where it's like this is genuinely it. Like
the story of a girl.
This is a genuine banger that deserves to be like a hallowed piece of literature. Don Quixote is one of those. The other category is like, this is whatever. Like, I recently finished Brothers Karamazov. It's whatever. It's not Dostoevsky's best work. People are like, it's a crowning achievement of global literature. It's okay. Like, it's a good book. It's not like...
Is Dostoevsky really good, or are you just a depressed man? Like...
Okay, it's literally like... The thing that pisses me off about Brothers Karamazov is that fucking... Are you like eating a tin can?
Can you hear me emptying my trash? Oh my God.
I could hear that, yeah.
Never mind. I'll just kill myself. Sorry, guys.
You're good. No, the thing about Dostoevsky's shorter works is that they are genuine bangers. The accent's supposed to be Brothers Karamazov. Yeah, whatever. Okay, The Idiot is a banger. Crime and Punishment is actually a banger. Crime and Punishment is like a Don Quixote level banger. Raskolnikov he's like a world historic character.
You know, I always confuse Crime and Punishment with War and Peace.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, wait, isn't that a Tolstoy? And I was like, no. Crime and Punishment's different.
Mm-hmm. Notes from the Underground is fucking hilarious. Like, Notes from the Underground is one of the funniest things I've read. Like, reading Notes from the Underground now is like, this is every like Twitter poster. It's so funny. Like, the fact that Brothers Karamazov is lauded as being his best work is ridiculous to me. There's some good like, also the chapter of Brothers Karamazov that is like lauded as being the chapter of it, the Grand Inquisitor. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It also hinges on Dostoevsky being like an aristocratic conservative Christian. Like, the sheer length of Brothers Karamazov is like, it gives Dostoevsky license to go on these like overlong kind of paternalistic rants that his shorter works don't allow him to do. And every time he does that, it's kind of yawn provoking. It feels like it's like bro needed an editor. Bro needed an editor who was like, does this really need to be in the book? Does this need to be this long?
There's an entire cohort of guy out there who's like, he reminds me of my dad. Like,
It's like, the thing that keeps Dostoevsky from being like annoying, like the thing that it's like don't read him because he's a conservative shithead, is he's genuinely an all-time genius with character writing. Like his characters are so interesting, and he understands that the core of writing is just having interesting characters with interesting motivations, like wandering around in a book.
Characters optional.
Characters are not
How
optional.
to world build. How to world build your fetish. Your geopolitical power fantasy. Complex magic system. Characters optional.
I have a rant about that, but it would be like articulate and not interesting. I just like I have
No, I need to hear it. I don't care.
I have okay. I like the reason that I am tentative about this is that like my thoughts are necessarily underformed. Like the level of scorn that I experience for that type of approach to the process of writing is fundamentally kind of mean, which means that it fundamentally reflects an insecurity on my part, right? Like I want to be so mean about that type of writing because it reflects something that I see in myself that I am insecure about. And so because of that, I have not yet like confronted whatever that is inside of me, but man, it pisses me off. It's like it's just nothing. Like I don't give a shit how your magic system works if it doesn't work for the plot. Like I get so many
Oh my god!
Years I would get
no,
fucking.
This is what's actually great about Ursula Le Guin is the magic is never explained, and it's perfect for the plot, and the focus is the characters.
Right, like I get so many asks on Tumblr that are like, "What do you think of the magic in this video game?" It's like I'm not gonna. It's like I don't turn me into
hate people asking me about like magic in fiction or recommending me fiction based on the fact that it has a complex magic system. It's like, no, I don't
care.
I don't care.
It's like, are the characters good? Does it tell an interesting story that like reflects something about life? Does it engage with interesting themes? Does it have
like all the magicians love fucking Blood Meridian for this reason?
Right, because Blood Meridian is a fantastic book that has incredible characters, and it's like the tone and the precision and density of the writing, like
the occultism is like merely like incidental or like coloration to the like actual world of it.
The
like,
occultism is there to reinforce the thematic thrust of the book. It's because the book is about the judge. It's about colonialism, and it's about how the colonization of the Americans and the war on the Apaches like fits into culture and affects the real world that we live in. It's about like confronting
the sin and evil at the heart of our like modern world that was created by this like immense violence.
Oh my god! It's like yes, it's like the Judge Holden is depicted as an archon to give a scope to give a sense of scope and gravity to the level of violence that affected the real world. Like it's not just there because Gnosticism is cool and we gotta fucking epically kill God like in a JRPG. Like it's such a deep.
It like puts the violence into scale.
Yeah, and it also shows how petty, like it hates theology. I have never read a book that is more scornful of priests.
Yeah,
like it.
Well, you should read some of the like Spanish anarchist literature.
Oh, I bet. Some of the actually.
The only church that illuminates is a burning church.
You should read.
It's music you could burn a church to.
You should read fucking the Iranian ex-Muslim like anti-theists. I have never read people more like who hate their own theology more. But it's like I don't know, that's
no, I so sympath like I'm as an ex-Mormon, I'm just like we deserve to be destroyed. There's nothing redeemable. Everything
Right.
we ever did, like everything that ever bad happens to Mormons, like was coming to them. Like,
Right.
uh, I'm like, and then like normal people will be like, what's the deal with this? I'm like, oh, it's like my personal vendetta. It's not actually like based on any
Hmm.
um,
Like,
uh, real thing. This is purely like an emotional reaction that I have.
I like this. Like, this is mean, but I remember getting an ask from someone that was like, it's like you should check out this piece of media. It has like, it's like an anti-Western where, like, get this, there's like a charismatic Protestant preacher who's worshiping not God but a Cthulhu style entity, and it's eldritch and evil, and I'm like, but it is literally impossible. Like, I think it is genuinely impossible to come up with a fictional cult that is scarier than how Spanish Catholicism actually worked in the 15th century. Like, reading reading about like the conquest of Apacheria in real life, it is
Yeah,
so much worse than any malevolent god you could possibly think up. It's like trying
it's just gut churning.
it is like
And they'll write about like the most cruelest and depraved like corners of the human experience as like a fucking grocery list like side note like fucking oh yeah we just like we scalped 1,000 babies today like
right.
what
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck.
but by the way, we erased an entire language from the historical record. Like we genocided a culture so much that almost the entirety of their written literature is gone now. Like they have unmade history. And the Spanish the Spanish to this day have museums where they're like, we did that and it was based. Like, ugh. Like, and so when people boil this down to like, what if cowboys were wizards too, and they were fighting against hecking evil Christians, it just like the distance between the evils
It's
is
like it's
stomach
like
churning.
children's shows about pirates.
Right, right. Oh my god. So yeah, the people taking it's like people taking that approach to world. It's like I'm slowly becoming a bitter old woman who's like anti world building. I think world building is a distraction from writing. From like
Fuck
the
Brandon Sanderson.
Okay, I've literally never met somebody who liked Brandon Sanderson. It's like his books are supposedly very popular and a lot of
Girl,
people have read them, but everyone is
i'm
like, yeah, he's not a good writer and I
I'm
didn't enjoy
from where
reading his
he
books.
is, right? And so even the gay people here like him, and they're like, I don't care that he's a Mormon, that he pays 10% of his income to the evil, like uh, church that wants me dead. Like he's so heckin' sweet, and I love him. And I don't know. There's something
I
about that I
I
really don't like.
I tried to
Um,
read one of his books and it just felt like reading a shipping manifest. It was just like lists of things. I
okay, fucking but the Iliad has that entire chapter that's just a
you
list of
you
boats
can
and
skip
guides.
the boats chapter. It's the first chapter. Like, don't worry about that one.
No. I mean, it's like the second chapter, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like the idea that there was like a list of guys that's really important to these people, and that they have to like memorize the list of guys.
Mm-hmm. It's like I don't fucking I just I don't really. It's like I feel like
It's
Brandon
not very
Sanders.
emotionally compelling compared to the. Go ahead, sorry.
It's like I just don't. I was gonna say I don't see what people find engaging about Brandon Sanderson's writings, but it's like I guess it's like if you enjoy interfacing with sci-fi fantasy through the lens of like spreadsheets, maybe that would be good for you. But whatever. Like
It's the people who are like doing like power scaling, like could
oh
Goku beat Batman?
obviously, but yeah, it's. I don't know. I
But
find.
what if Batman? What if Batman had a year to prepare fighting Goku?
I see.
Think
Oh
about that.
whatever.
Yeah.
Grinding my teeth. Let's move on. It's great for people who like lore videos. No, I'm rapidly becoming anti-lore. Like this is kind of been a thread in my writing. Like I've like
Lore only becomes interesting when the writing itself
is interesting.
actually compelling. Yeah.
Like one of my favorite things about writing my first cute little web novel was like it's like I know what's happening here. I have the lore in my head. I am never going to tell you, the reader, what it is. I'm going to make gestures towards a mysterious and rich world, and I am never going to. It's like, and I want you to wonder. I want there to be
Oh my God, so
hunger
much of it
and
is,
mystery
like,
in it.
people like can't resist the urge to lore dump because they're like, well, I would be frustrated if I didn't know what was going on completely. And it's like, that's,
Good,
yes, but
good.
that's the tension that drives you reading the fucking book. Like, if you get the whole thing, anyway. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean to like the like first time writers on Tumblr. Like I think like whatever keeps you writing, you know. It's like one of the things that fucking powered me through my early writing career was like I would get fan art. Right. I loved getting fan art.
Yeah.
I loved creating characters that were like fun for people to draw. I loved collaborating with my artist friends on what a scene or a character might look like. You can't only write that way. You can't write for like in the hopes of getting fan art. You can't write in the hopes of getting a TTRPG. You have to make engaging writing first. Well, okay, you have to be indulgent and hit your word count first, and then you have to make it good in the edit, and then if it's good, you will get fan art. But like I don't know. I truly think world building is like a distraction from the craft of writing.
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson has a bunch of classes online that are like World Building 101. He teaches a world building class, by the way,
Meaningless.
at Brigham Young,
Utterly
Brigham Young
meaningless.
University. He teaches it at Brigham Young University.
like who cares? Who like world building exists to reinforce the drama. It exists to reinforce to say something about the journey that the characters are on. It says it exists.
I've never watched a D&D podcast, and I never will.
I simply will not. You are my biggest D&D podcast hater friend, and I feel like I can be a little bit real with you. But yeah. I fucking
it's reached a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't keep doing this.
It has to stop at some point. It has to fucking stop. But it's like
polyamorous people need to find something else to do.
Right, get into knitting.
They should be doing rock climbing. Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god.
Polyamorous people should start making quilts again.
Yeah.
Like Mormons. That's what Mormons love quilts. And they love having lots of wives. I think that this is it's a match made in heaven, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. I remember when people were like, if you put potatoes in your medieval fantasy, I want to know how they got there, as a criticism of unspoken bias and blind spots in Western lit, and people took it to mean you need to grind your story to a halt every 5 seconds to tell people where all the food comes from. Or fucking idiot YouTubers will be like, this fantasy series is bad because they don't explain where the potatoes come from, as if that's meaningful at all, as if it takes place in the real world.
This is the same type of like mindset that like people get mad at like someone for writing like a medieval fantasy with black people in it because they're like, they weren't there back then, and it's like this is a different world altogether.
Right.
What are you talking about?
It happens
like,
on Elf. It happened in the Elf timeline. Like none of this shit matters. Like, and also, is the story good? Like, are the characters fun? Are their struggles engaging? Are their motivations clear? Is the dialogue concise? Does it have musicality? Like, does it have a clear sense of pacing and control? Is it beautiful to read? Does it say something? Like, what? Where the potatoes come from?
Cormac McCarthy's The Road?
I have not. I need to read more Cormac McCarthy.
Because there's like, it's like the dialogue is so fucking sparse,
Mm-hmm.
but it's such a beautiful and like great book. Like um the book has this way of like all the language becomes very like terse
Mm-hmm.
when they're like starving and times are tough, and then they like find some fucking like food or some safety, and then like you get this like kind of like gush of
Mm.
language. um and then it like slowly peters out as they, you know, run their supplies down. And I don't know, it's
That's
just
so good.
it's a good ass fucking
He's a
book. And like
he's a
there's
certified
like
real
none
writer.
of like what happened is ever explained. Like where they are is barely ever like discussed. Like toward the end of the book you find out they're kind of like in Mexico. Like
Mm-hmm.
um it's so good. Like yeah, we should be studying from Cormac McCarthy and not Brando Sando. I gotta say it.
It's like I want.
All the like queer people around me are reading like these books, and they're like, "Don't you want to read a sci-fi that has gay people in it?" And I'm like,
I don't. Is it
"Is it
good?
good?"
Is it
Like,
good? Like, it drives me insane, especially because there's like good literature about. There's like real literature about gay people out there. Like, okay, if you want to write good
yeah,
sci-fi
read some fucking William Burroughs.
it's like if you want to read,
You
if
want
you.
complex gay characters? Just look at Will Burroughs' life.
Oh my god, I don't even like Burroughs. I literally don't think
Yeah,
he's a good writer. Like. I tried
I
to
like
read
him.
Cities of the Red Night, and I was like, this is just like a guy fucking boys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's kind of evil in that way.
It's like most of the story. I was this is like gross and it's not engaging. I went back to reading.
Your fetish, your political power fantasy characters optional.
Oh my god. It's like, okay, I read Brandon Sanderson and I or not Brandon Sanderson. It's like I read Cities of the Red Night and I was like, I'm giving up. This like sucks. And then I was like I went to read Gravity's Rainbow and I was like, "Oh, this is just that. It's just Cities of the Red Night but good." Like Pynchon is just like what
I've been wanting to read Pynchon
read
and like Henry
Pynchon.
Miller.
He's Pynchon is so much better than it's like Pynchon is what every beat writer was trying to be.
Oh, I've been really liking reading like Ginsberg and Ferengeti and
Ginsberg.
I
Get
don't
it, get
care.
out of
I
that
know he's
tripe.
evil.
Get out of that tripe. Read a real
Shut
author.
up! No, read Kaddish. Fuck you.
I just like
Read Kaddish, please.
fucking I want I really like there's this sense that I think a lot of like sci-fi fantasy authors have where it's like, oh, to write good sci-fi fantasy I have to read a lot of sci-fi fantasy and then do like my take on it, when
No,
what
that's
you
the
should
worst thing
actually
you
be
could possibly
doing
do.
is you should be
Reading
engaged.
real things.
Yeah, okay.
Reading like fucking research papers
Yes,
and
read
like ancient texts.
nonfiction. Read drama. Read like major literature, like good drama, like shit like we've been talking about, like Don Quixote and whatnot.
Moby Dick and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god, Moby Dick is just great. Like everyone should read Moby Dick. It's
read fucking Euripides.
yeah. And then read nonfiction, and then you add the elves. Then you
Read Shelley
yes.
and Byron and shit. Like
It's like I part of why I like sci-fi fantasy settings is that they're a great like piece of ham to wrap a pill in, you know? It
if you
gives
can't like if you couldn't like fit a Milton quote into your sci-fi fantasy, you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like you don't
yeah,
have to put
yeah.
the Milton quote in there, but like if there's no spot at which like a Milton would be apt, then there's something going wrong. Which is okay. This is why I do like out of like fantasy series, I do like His Dark Materials a lot. This
Mhm.
is the title is a Milton quote, but like he has like something to say, and he has like it's in dialogue with like William Blake and Dante and all this like other like shits that like can make it actually interesting, and it finds a way of like talking about like uh, sexuality in a way that's not creepy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for like a kid's novel. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's good.
Oh man, I I want I want better books. Write better books. Write better things in general. I don't know. When I write my own sci-fi fantasy stuff, I really like using sci-fi fantasy settings as like, because it's a very clear visual language. Like, okay, one thing that I constantly return to about your like elves, and like people love to do like, oh, it's like modern, it's like a modern setting, but like it's like there are computers but they work by magic, and there's like the internet but it works by magic, and I'm like, okay, take your setting, take your like elf setting, just make it like the US in 1972. Like a a wizard coded guy is so much more interesting than a wizard. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
it's like,
Henry Kissinger.
right, like, okay, if the judge was an actual evil wizard, the book would suck. But because he's just an evil cowboy that has these kind of mercurial,
Trappings,
yeah,
yeah.
these kind of mercurial evil trappings, like it's like it makes him interesting. There's tension to it. Like fucking like, so when people are just
Don't tell me he's a wizard. Show me his wizardiness.
like okay, if you can replace all the elves with just like white people from New York, don't make it
The Red Scare podcast.
yeah, literally, just like literally, like they are elf coded people like that, like because people love to use elves as like a stand-in for like patriarchal white culture, right? Like it's like
Or,
this is the
yeah,
imperial
like
core.
socialites.
Yeah, they're always like wealthy socialites. So just make them socialite, make them people. And if the story, okay, if you make them real people and the story doesn't make sense, you're in the realm of like, okay, your story does need to be a sci-fi fantasy or whatever. But if you can just make them like white women with a podcast, make them white women with a podcast. It's set like, because now that you've moved your regime of signs into the real world, you can play with like you have access to a much richer milieu. Like you have so many more tools at your disposal to write an interesting, rich story. Like
I think people do sci-fi and fantasy because they're sometimes like afraid of writing a piece that could be taken more seriously, or like
mhm.
they don't want the pressure of having to like, I don't know, write a thing when there's like a world that exists and like is being interacted with
Mhm. Mhm.
uh outside of their story. I don't know.
Disco Elysium wouldn't be anywhere as good if it wasn't about a plural alcoholic police detective and was just about the Pale. Yeah, it's like if Disco Elysium,
Wait, he's plural?
yeah, if Disco Elysium
I haven't
was,
played it.
you should. If Disco Elysium, like, because the story of Disco Elysium, like its development was that it started as like a high fantasy setting, and then they were like, wait, we've just like recreated the 1970s like post-Soviet like post-Soviet Caucasus countries. Let's just set it in a fictional version of that. Let's just like set it in a fictional 1972 in a kind of in like a more realistic setting. And it makes it so much better. If there were orcs in Disco Elysium, it would be way worse.
Fucking Bright.
Yeah, yes. I want to do like a big rewatch of Bright with all my friends. I truly think it's like,
The only good thing Max Landis ever did was Wrestling Isn't Wrestling and those episodes of fucking Red Letter Media.
oh yeah. Can't wait for Sanity to get canceled over Bright commentary. We can't stream it on Twitch. This is gonna be just for my buddies. Ugh, I don't know. It's like World's smallest creature. Hi, CT. First time in a while I've made it to a Philosophy Friday. Hi, we're ranting about the state of modern sci-fi fantasy.
Was it William Blake who coined the word orc for his like poem
Oh,
lore?
I don't know.
Orc is a character in Blake's like deep
Hmm.
lore.
Interesting.
Blake is so good.
Hmm.
Gamers, if you do nothing else, get started on William Blake. Start with The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, and then just keep going.
God, what was it? I read Annihilation recently. Annihilation was fun. I thought it. I was led to.
Everyone tells me to read it.
I was led to believe that it would be about ecology, and it's actually about how It's about how psychologists are evil, which I was a little disappointed by. I just read the first one. Yeah, I was
I
like,
would just read Anti-Oedipus.
yeah, I was just like, I kind of wanted more ecology. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't more ecology. Reading the Anne Rice vampire books.
There's a
Go ahead.
there's this book that's like a introduction to phenomenology through the lens of like ecology and magic, both occultist and
Oh,
prestidigitation. It's called Spell of the Sensuous by David Abram, and I recommend it to absolutely fucking everybody. You should read Spell of the Sensuous by David Abram. It's You'll be getting a lot of like Merleau-Ponty and uh, fucking the other French one, a little bit of Heidegger,
that sounds good.
and then like he goes into fucking like ecology and um,
Hmm.
stuff. It's a good book.
That sounds fascinating. I wrote it down. I've read the Divine
Yeah, there's a
Comedy
sequel to
recently.
it called Becoming Animal.
I've read the Divine. Oh, it's the Becoming Animal guy. Oh shit!
Yeah,
I I've heard of that text. I didn't know it was the same
it's
guy.
a sequel to Spell of the Sensuous.
That's really cool. I've read the Divine Comedy recently after years of people treating it as just a cool setting, and I was like, wow, this is some good poetry. Yeah, literally, it's like, engage with the primary texts. It will enrich you. Slap an audiobook on your head. Do it like listen to shit while you do the dishes. It's one of my favorite things about being alive. It's how I've been reading so much recently. Oh my god. I should read more Le Guin. I did read the first book of Earthsea, and her vision of Wizard Academy is a lot better than a lot of other ones.
Earthsea is just good.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, this is just banger, like young adult magic fiction.
She like gives a fuck about her characters,
Yeah,
and that's really what's important here.
Get is interesting, and there's a point to him, and he has clear motivations and desires and struggles with things in interesting ways. He's a living, breathing, multidimensional character. Sometimes all you need is one. Like if you just like
Better
write,
Call Saul.
yeah. Sometimes if you just write
But
one
it has a
really,
lot of characters, but like you get what I mean.
yeah, it's like if you just write one really good ass character, it can make an entire novel.
Blood
Escape
Meridian.
Escape Calvino and Borges in the 21st Century Challenge impossible. I mean, Borges is good though. Like, it's people read Borges and are like, wow, I can have a book that's not about anything, not realizing that Borges is very about things. And
It's like people playing Wolfenstein, and they're like, finally a work that's apolitical.
right, finally an apolitical boomer shooter. And it's like Calvino's good because he's just playing words. Like he's playing with the medium. He doesn't really have characters, but it's like the character is the book. It's the setting. Like there's a sense that like all of his settings exist in a time and like they exist in an interesting context that has like
Did you
dynamism
read?
to it.
We exist in the context.
We didn't fall out of a coconut tree.
Did you? Was it you who read like Portrait of the Artists recently?
Portrait of the Yes, I did.
What do you think about that?
I remember reading something that Joyce was like, at the end of Ulysses, I was getting tired of Stephen Daedalus, and I get it, but it's like Stephen Daedalus is basically every artist's internal delusions of grandeur and erudition turned up to 11, which is a great character.
He's a chuny.
He is the chuny. So is Don Quixote. Don Quixote is also chuny.
Yeah. I made a post to that effect like last week. I just posted Don Quixote equals chuny, and I got like 100 notes. I'm like, yeah, I
That's
haven't read
correct.
Don Quixote. I just say things
You're right.
online.
No, he is chuny. Stephen Daedalus is adorable. I would fuck Stephen Daedalus. Like there's a lot of guys
I
who
would fuck Stephen Daedalus.
there's a lot of guys who like crushed on me that were a lot like they were definitely a little more of a Stephen Daedalus type. You know, just like very
Stephen Daedalus, if he was alive, would listen to Car Seat Headrest.
yes. He'd listen to Franz Ferdinand, and he would behave
no
like
one listens
Kafka.
to Franz Ferdinand.
Get back to Ulysses. Ulysses is just like amazing. Like it's just like basically as close to a perfect
I'm
novel
like
as
a
you can
Joyce
get.
head that I've never read Ulysses. I am
You are obsessed with
I'm pretty
Finnegan's
close
Wake.
to finishing Finnegan's Wake with my Finnegan's Wake group. And like I've been saving Ulysses, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Have you read Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But you haven't read
Very
Ulysses.
good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's like Ulysses is basically like I think as close to it's basically as close to a perfect novel as we've got. Like it's just like 98s and 99s in every category. There are parts of Ulysses that are like, man, if any other author was doing this, it would be terrible, but somehow you're pulling it off. There's an entire chapter of Ulysses that's a catechism. And I'm like, if any other author did this, it would be so fucking annoying, but it's work. But you're making it work.
Work. Thank you.
Maybe this shows my ignorance, but do you have any recs for books like Ulysses or Mrs. Palomar with a female protagonist? What's the Virginia Woolf one? Mrs. Dalloway. You want to read Mrs. What you're looking for is Mrs. Dalloway. Like the book that you are listening. I look at me. I am looking directly into your eyes right now. The book you are looking for is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf.
I've never read that.
It's basically just like Virginia. It's like Virginia Woolf doing a modernist novel that focuses on cognition. And unfortunately, it's not as like it's good. It's not as good as Ulysses, unfortunately. Like unfortunately, Joyce did kind of like the one thing that hampers Mrs. Dalloway is that Virginia Woolf cares about the nature of the soul, and James Joyce does not.
People have described Joyce as one of the best feminist writers ever born with a willy.
Yes, I fully believe that. The female characters in Ulysses are frankly more important than the POV characters.
This is what Finnegan's Wake is about.
Okay. People say that Molly's monologue, the final chapter of Ulysses, is the weakest one, and it is. It's also the most important chapter, which is weird, but it's true. Because okay, the central conceit of Molly is that it's like, what if Penelope was unfaithful, right? So if you want to write a modern modernist lit book, do a cover of the Odyssey, and then get this, change Penelope, and then what if Telemachus was kind of Hamlet? That's like every modernist novel.
God, you nailed them.
What if while his dad was gone, Telemachus was doing some Hamlet shit? Like, there you go. You don't need to read Infinite Jest now. Joyce understood that women are just like people, like in their internal monologue is the same as men. Yeah. Some of them are
God,
covers. What's up?
the Siobhan McKenna on Olivia Pluribel performance, I have it on fucking vinyl, but you can read it, listen to it on YouTube,
What
where
is
she
that?
performs the wash women like gossiping about on Olivia Pluribel in Joyce in the Finnegan's
Mmm.
Wake.
Yes, yes.
There's a lady named Siobhan McKenna who she's performed Molly Bloom's monologue as well, but
Mm-hmm.
the on Olivia Pluribel uh, chapter she did like a performance of in the 60s, and I have the vinyl of it, and it's very good, and you
Ooh.
can listen to it on YouTube.
Like,
Um,
fucking the thing about Molly's monologue, like part of what makes it so good is that it's literally just hot girl thoughts. Like this is what every hot girl is thinking of. Like this is the internal monologue of every hot girl. It's awesome. It's so good. Like
and it's not like Joyce was absolutely a pervert, but like it's not like he's like imagining what a hot girl thinks
no, it's
and
such a like
like making it up. Like he like gets it. Like
he gets it. He gets it so well, which is crazy. Like it's perfect in a way that's almost more real than real life, which is uh, crazy. It's genuinely hard to describe how good it is. Ugh. Go read Ulysses. It's genuinely very good. Joyce Tranition, yes or no? No, he has to be a weird pervy dude. There is no estrogen in that man.
yeah, no, he's our Grungler though. I feel like he would have fucked a transgender a lot
He
probably.
would. He would. Fucking David Foster Wallace. If David Foster Wallace knew about the concept of a Grungler, he would want to be a Grungler really bad, but would not be a Grungler.
Yeah, he would be a chaser. Joyce would just be like a Grungler by pure happenstance.
No, David Foster Wallace would not be David Foster Wallace would not be a chaser. He one of the major
He would try
characters.
to be a Grungler and end up being a chaser.
Maybe like okay, there's a character in Infinite Jest who functions as the chorus for the novel, who is like just like one of the meanest like transmisogynist characters I've ever seen in a novel. He thinks it's so funny that a guy is dressing like a woman. He thinks it's so funny. It is to the detriment of the novel. Like every time I talk to people, they're like, "Oh my god, I loved Infinite Jest." I'm just like, "Okay, well, what about the FBI agent who dresses like a woman? What about the Wardine B. Cry chapter? What about the Irish the chapter written in an Irish voice about sexual assault?" You know,
God, okay, this just sounds like a bad book. What?
it's like okay, what's crazy about Infinite Jest is that it's like it it's almost like there are several chapters that are just crazy like world historic bangers. Like I think the best thing that David Foster Wallace has ever written is the chapter about the game of Eschaton, where it's like simulating thermonuclear war. It's
I'm
like
always immanentizing this.
yes, it's like a bunch of white college kids at Boston University simulating thermonuclear war by drawing a map of the world on a tennis court and then simulating nuke launches with tennis ball lobs. Like it is the thematic core of the text, and it is maybe the best thing that David Foster Wallace has ever written. There's a great monologue in Infinite Jest where it's like Hal Candenz's dad is like basically getting really drunk and crying about is like I'm a fucked up loser and I'm taking it out on you. Please forgive me and I'm not going to stop. Like I'm going to continue abusing you, and it's like one of
This is
the
how they always are. They're like,
right.
oh, I'm so evil, but also I won't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the most real things that I've read in a novel. But all of the really good parts of Infinite Jest are just buried under. It's just buried under nothing. It's buried under like the worst parts of it are deeply embarrassing. Like, the Wardeen B. Cry chapter is one of the most embarrassing things an author has ever published that I've read. It's an entire chapter about, like, it's written in incorrect AAVE. Like, it's David Foster Wallace writing in a black scent incorrectly. It's so
This
fucking...
just sounds like a bad book.
It's
saying
like,
it again.
Don't read it. Like, genuinely, like, don't read Infinite Jest. Don't read Infinite Jest unless you've, like, read David Foster Wallace's other... See, okay. Helenath Gwen, fuck, I don't remember this. This is why people think Infinite Jest is good, is because they don't remember all the complete dog shit in it. Like, there are several characters that get introduced and never come back. Like, the actual plot, if you organize it, like, chronologically in your head, it's just like so many plot threads get set up and then don't go anywhere.
So it's like Lost.
Yeah, it's literally like reading Lost. Like, it's like so much of it.
You have like some like amazing dramatic moments, and then everything else just doesn't make any fucking sense, and they forget about all of the like shit that they were setting up, and there's no like.
Yeah, and it's like fucking okay.
Lost is orgasm denial of the show.
The fucking okay. One of the major themes of Infinite Jest is the violent dance between, you know, presentation and representation. Like, the face you present to the world, and then the world kind of violently mangles that presentation and then receives you, right? There is something in between you and the world that is eating your presentation. It's harming it, changing it against your will in some way. That's a perfect theme to have a trans woman character, right? Like, that's what it's like to be us. But, and okay, David Foster Wallace...
Literally me for real.
David Foster Wallace saw that. Like, he understood that, like, oh man, it's like, if this is a major theme of my novel, having like a character that's a cross-dresser is kind of thematically resonant there, right? Like, I agree. But he can't get over the fact that he thinks cross-dressing is funny and embarrassing, right? Like, it kneecaps the entire book because he keeps tripping over his own preconceived notions about, like, it's embarrassing to be a cross-dresser, and we are making fun of this person. Like, if he could get his head out of his ass and, like, if he... And he admitted in interviews later in his life, he was like, fuck, I wish I had met more trans women before I wrote that character, because it would have made, it's like, not only was it harmful to the trans community, but it's like, it would have made the book better, which is like, that, yes, that is Infinite Jest. It's like, there's so much shit that if David Foster Wallace was like a nicer, more considerate, more woke person, it would have made Infinite Jest a better book.
And he likes to like portray himself as the woke guy, which is anyway.
It's like he's always had kind of an edge to him, you know. But it's like the wound.
He's like, I'm so sensitive, though.
The wound at the heart of David Foster Wallace is that every time he sits down to write something, there's an invisible panel of thesis advisors in his head that are analyzing his work before it hits the page. Right? He's writing against those voices
to impress his professors.
Yes, he's writing to impress his professors and not to write, which is it is the wound at the heart of his fiction.
We've got to kill him.
We have to kill him. We have to bring him back and then kill him, and then we have to bring him back, make him nicer to trans women, and then kill him.
What do you mean Jesus came back from the dead? Go nail him back down.
Yeah, come on. He scampered up there the first time. He loves it. I don't know. Go. Of the great modernist book trio of Ulysses, Infinite Jest, and Gravity's Rainbow, Ulysses is the best. Gravity Rainbows is the best long one. Although it's like,
Wait, is Gravity's Rainbow longer than Ulysses? Ulysses is like 500 pages.
Gravity's Rainbow is longer than Ulysses. Yes. It is an
How long
odyssey.
is Gravity's Rainbow?
Let me look it up. Gravity's Rainbow length. Gravity's Rainbow length.
About 2 miles.
It's 760 to 784 pages. So it's got about a
Okay,
quarter.
that's pretty big.
Yeah. Should
It's
I read?
almost a Dragon Book of Essex length of modernist
It's like
novel.
so much of Pynchon is just like it hasn't. Yes, you should read Crying of Lot 49. It's very good. Gravity's Rainbow has so much shit that's like plastic atoms are kind of like the Sephiroth tree, aren't they? And it's like you're right, Thomas Pynchon. Please, it's like elaborate. It's like penises are kind of like rockets, aren't? Or it's like rockets are kind of like penises, aren't they? You're like you're right. Let's elaborate on that.
This is what Doctor Strangelove is about.
It is. It's Doctor Strangelove is I think a response to Gravity's Rainbow. Like I think that came from Gravity's Rainbow. But no, basically Gravity's Rainbow is like the thesis of Gravity's Rainbow is like the Second World War was basically it was like a psychological trauma on the global psychoscape that made us like regress into children, pretty much.
This is what fucking Doctor Strangelove is
Yeah,
about.
literally, like Pynchon is like the plot of the plot of Gravity's Rainbow is that a guy was operantly conditioned by an evil psychologist as a baby to get an erection whenever a V2 rocket was about to hit, and the plot of the novel is him traveling to Germany to find the psychologist and have him uncondition him.
This is what a hypnosis kink is about.
There is so much crazy shit in that novel.
You're selling me on this book. You're selling me on this.
I think I would be very curious as to your thoughts on Gravity's Rainbow. I think you would enjoy it.
I feel like, I could come up with some sort of Osirian interpretation of all of this as well.
There's
about
a
war
lot of
and
that
the
energy.
erection, and how people would take filters before they went to war so that they would,
Be
show up
berserkers
to
or
war
whatever.
with a whole ass boner. Yeah.
Yup. And it's like, okay, now that I've read all the like big interesting books that you're supposed to have read, like I can now brag at parties that I've read Gravity's Rainbow and you haven't. Ha ha, aren't I so erudite? I need to read like real literature now. I need to read like I need to
Ranks
read like
competitive breast growth.
I need to I need to read like Laszlo Krasznahorkai. I need to read like guys that are winning
What is
fiction. A Hungarian author who writes about fascism. Who writes fiction about fascism.
Laszlo Krasznahorkai?
Yes, like I said, Hungarian. They all have names like that. I actually can't say my maiden name. That would dox me.
You can text it to me and I'll read it out loud to chat.
I would be shocked if you could pronounce my Hungarian name on the first try. But I need to read.
I can pronounce everything.
I want to read like the books that are getting awards from the Kenyan Review and shit like that. Boo Boo Skelly. Siskeli. Boo Boo Siskeli.
Boo Boo Shekeli.
Nah, if it's Hungarian, you say it as it's Siskeli.
And if it's Polish, you go shush.
Yeah, it's Siskeli. Seke. Buhu Seke.
Oh my god.
What?
It's like Louis. Is Louis C.K. Hungarian?
I don't know. What does CK stand for?
C.K. He wrote C.K. because his name is pronounced C.K.
Oh.
And everyone was mispronouncing it. They would go like Louis Sazeki.
Ah, yes. Hey, welcome to chat. Oh my gosh. No, I need to read like what was that book? There was a book that the Kenyon Review, um, there was a book that the Kenyon Review got. It was like The Sympathizer. I need to read that. I want to read more Laszlo Krasznahorkai. I want to read more like non-Anglosphere books. I want to read like more translations of books that were like originally written in Sanskrit or some bullshit.
But you think people are writing novels in Sanskrit, or you want to read like I can give you a list of translations for cool Sanskrit texts if
Yeah,
that's
I
your.
mean, kind of both. It's just like I just want to read like I don't know
All right.
what novels are
Um,
happening in China these
you
days.
this is not a novel, but like you should get Mark Dachowski's translations of the Shiva Sutras and their commentary. It's called the Aphorisms of Shiva.
I I
Um,
I've taken a vow that I will not engage with Eastern spirituality until I publish my fucking book. Because if I start reading any
and
Eastern
you can
religious,
do this for fun.
no, I can't, because I will
Why?
like it too much. I will like it too much, and I will
Yeah,
stop reading the shit
it's
I have to
actually
read for.
so much better. It's actually so much better
I
than
I
Plotinus. I swear to God.
know. It's like I everyone is like all of my occultist friends are like, "Oh my god, you have to read Zhuangzi." And I'm like, "I know I do." They're like, "You'll
You
like
do
him
have to
so
read
much better."
Zhuangzi. You will like Zhuangzi
Everyone
so
says
much
that, and
better
I'm
than
like,
Plotinus.
I can't. I have to stay locked into Eastern spirituality mode until I finish this fucking book. I'm determined. I am
Yeah,
determined to
you're
finish it before
you're
I
in
turn
your
fucking 30. It,
you're in your Western occultism cuck cage, just watching everyone else do
I am.
tantra.
That's how it feels. I want to climb the holy mountain. I want to do all that cool shit. You're not 30 yet? No, I'm not 30 yet. I have one more year of being a femboy.
Oh,
It's
you can't be a femboy when you hit 30. That's really bad. That's like
they say twink death happens at 30, which I don't believe is true. I think it's more like an EV evolution. You kind of pick a subclass. Ugh. No, I fucking what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I that's how I feel. I feel like everyone is having so much fun across the
mhm.
out in the mysterious Orient, and I'm stuck here in the Occident.
There's a reason all the fucking chaos magicians either gave up chaos magic or like occultism altogether, or like just got into tantra, and it's because tantra's doing everything that they're doing but better.
Right. It's like everyone they read like they read like one sutra from the Tibetan Buddhists and they're like, "Oh my god, this shit's so much better." It's like I want to learn, but I told myself that I would like the last edit on this fucking book will happen before my 30th birthday. I
Um,
refuse to let it go on longer.
the book that you need to get to like just jump into like all the tantra shit is Tantra Illuminated.
Don't you can't tell me this shit now. I can't. I can't.
You get it and then keep it in its plastic wrapping and don't open it until
uh,
you finished. And then like the moment you have got it done,
here, give me a second. I need to take my
uh,
hoodie off.
keep the hoodie, take the hood off. Oh, no, keep it on. It's cute as fuck. Fuck followers. Shout out if you're following it. Fuck.
Hello, I'm back. Okay. Ugh. No, okay. I need to. I have shit that I need to finish for the book. I'm doing the section on the PGM right now. I just want to like the PGM is going to be the wrap up for Antiquity. It's like we're gonna like here's all the background
Have you
context for
okay?
the PGM, and then it's gonna go into that. Then we transition into the alchemy section, and it's just like a bunch of pages about alchemy.
Have
Um,
you
mhm.
got a copy of the Pharaone and Tovar Greek and Egyptian magical formularies?
No, if you have a link, send it to me.
Um, it is like you have to buy it, and it's like $100, and it's an academic text, but
Nah,
it's the best
it'll be on
PGM.
the internet. I can find it. I can pirate that shit.
Okay. Um, it's the best because like it's sort of done like a lobe in that like on the left side you'll have the Greek, and on the
Oh.
right side you'll have the translation. And it's not everything that's in the Betts translation, but they also have a bunch of stuff that isn't in the Betts translation. They'll have the Greek or the Coptic on the left side, and then just like the translations I think are better,
Mm-hmm.
and you get a lot more like uh, translators notes. And then there's a second volume that is just like studies and commentary that I also want, but that's even more expensive. Um, and right now I'm just really enjoying like um, there's this spell
Mm-hmm.
to the Agathos daimon here that is very poetic and pretty, and I don't
Ooh.
like. Um, I'll get you the name of like the actual
Yay!
text.
I fucking I'm looking at the manuscript for my book right now, and one of the most frustrating parts has been like I want a section on medieval magic, but Riley, like I've been looking at these like, oh, here's a reading list
Mm-hmm.
for like magic in the medieval era. Riley, there's fucking nothing. There's no like all of everything that we quote unquote know about magic in the medieval era is assembled out of fucking like vague interpretations of archaeological evidence, like inferences from mythology. Like we know nothing. There's fucking nothing. It's like people. It's like it's why whenever you read like other like histories of magic, they talk about like the Grail mythology, and it's like this is fiction. This is made up. Like this is not what people were actually doing in the medieval ages because we barely know anything about the medieval world and its relationship to magic. Fucking pisses me off. It's so hard to write
About to
any.
be fucking pissed off.
It's so fucking.
Oh,
It makes me so
CT,
fucking mad.
I just found the PDF.
Oh fuck yes.
Oh yeah, you're about to. Thank you, escholarship.org. This is like honestly the best uh possible fucking uh way to deal with the PGM, because you get the actual text and like how it was pronounced, and you get to like if you're learning Greek, this is
Mm-hmm.
so much fun. Like you get to practice your Greek while also reading about like the like
Mm-hmm.
um just there's so much like beautiful poetry in here, and also weird like sex stuff, and
Awesome.
half of the problem with like ancient Mediterranean magic is half of it is just like date rape recipes.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
The politely referred to as erotic binding spells.
they,
Oh my
they
god.
really are. They put on such like kid gloves when talking about this stuff, but like there's a reason it's so fucking like it's seen as pernicious, because it's actually pernicious. Like,
Right.
and some of them
Right.
are, yeah.
It's like if you think this is real, this is not consensual. Oh man. Will Grail mythology be mentioned in the book? I really don't think so. It's like not more than like a passing argument. And then CT, what is a druid? We don't know. Anyone telling you that they know does
Yeah.
not know.
No,
We
that's
know
not.
nothing about what the druids were doing. We it's like
We have like a bunch of like Roman anthropologists who lie.
okay, do you want to know who one of the major sources on the druids is? Is fucking Julius Caesar. Like a guy who had a vested and obvious political interest in representing the priest class of ancient Anglia as weirdo barbarians. Yeah, they built henges maybe. We don't actually know if they built the henges. Anyone telling you that the druids built the henges is probably not like making any reasonable inference based on archaeological evidence. We know nothing about druidry. We know that they probably did engage in ritual sacrifice. That's one of the few things that we probably do know about them.
And yeah, the ritual sacrifice is great because like people leave evidence of it.
Mm-hmm. Someone got mad at me on a dating app the other day because they were like, They were like, people are appropriating.
You're
like,
telling them about sacrifice.
no, they were like, Wicca is appropriative of these ancient medieval occult religious practices. I'm like, they aren't real. Like the things that Wicca is attempting to draw from did not exist in the way that Wicca describes them. Like we don't know anything about them. They're just like the Wiccans were basically taking Golden Dawn shit and then adding an aesthetic flair of like witchcraft pagan shit over it. Like we don't know anything about what the druids were actually
doing.
There's
a lot of people who like, I tell them, I do like Thelema, and they're like, how can you do that? Aleister Crowley is doing cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, to who? Like,
right. It's like
it's all fucking like Western ceremonial magic. I don't.
Right.
He's doing Buddhism, but like that's like when he does Buddhism like Buddhism in a very orthodox like way. It's not like he has his like fucking actual teachers, like he has lineage and shit.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Like you can't be mad at someone for going to like actually get Diksha in like a lineage. I think like
all ancient traditions were invented between 1830 and 1870. All perversions are ancient.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like literally everyone.
Oh my god,
Margaret
Murray, the witch cult hypothesis.
Yeah. Which like
I love when people are like magicians are actually stealing women's magic that they can't do innately themselves. They need a bunch of demons in order to do it.
Yes.
Like I'm like, you're just making shit up in your head. Stop.
Right. Or the appropriating Kabbalah as if it's not assembled from a bunch of Islamic theology that itself was assembled from a bunch of Greek theology. Like it's the purpose of.
Oh my god.
The purpose of theology is to create otherness by defining heresies and exaltations. Like
I completely have blocked out the like you're like Western ceremonial magic is appropriating Kabbalah thing, because like
one, it's not like
Kabbalah is
like
first of all they're doing something different and calling it Kabbalah, and also. Kabbalah is just Platonism. You can't tell me that it's not Platonism, because it's Platonism. And stop trying to tell me that Kabbalah is 7,000 years old and was created at the dawn of time.
God.
It was created in the 1500s in Spain. Like, stop it.
Okay, but 1300s in Spain. They do. It's
13. Sorry,
you're right. It was created during the Reconquista. A period in which Spanish Judaism was notably interacting with a lot of Islamic theologians.
Mom said it's my turn on the Alhambra decree.
It's like that explains like the entire Renaissance.
It explains everything up to the current day. Is just a bunch of different people going, Mom said it's my turn on the Alhambra decree, and then they're doing the Alhambra decree to whoever they've decided is the enemy. Good as propaganda, have the citizen up at night going, oh, so that's the enemy.
Right. Oh my god. And it's like the thing I constantly try to remind people about, like the Renaissance, like Christian Kabbalists, and like there's like two theologians that could reasonably be considered to be actually meaningfully appropriating Kabbalah, and the thing people stop there
because the rest of them are trying to do like this ecumenical. Like,
well, here's the thing: it didn't work. They failed. Yeah. They sucked at it. Everyone thought Pico was a weirdo. Like they thought he was weird for trying it. They thought fucking like when. What is like De Verbo Mirifico? I always forget that guy's name. The Wonderworking Word, the Pentagrammaton guy. He released that book. Everyone thought it was weird, and the Pope was like, "This is dumb and gay, and you're a Judaizer for this." Like this, they were like, "We will steal the Jewish inner secrets and use the Reuchlin." Thank you. I always fucking forget his name because he has a weird name.
It's such a good. It's like so German.
Reuchlin. Yeah. Reuchlin was like, it's like, yes, we will incorporate the Talmud into Christianity, and he was bad at reading the Talmud, and Like, okay,
Yeah,
to be fair, the Pentagrammaton has some actually fun,
it's like the Candace Owens fans who are like, "There's this in the Talmud," and it's like, yeah, the Talmud's like a record of
everything is in
debates.
the
Like,
Talmud.
so of
Yeah.
course there's yeah,
Right, exactly.
of
It's
course
like,
they have the cranks in there.
right,
Like if Candace Owens was Jewish, she would be in the Talmud, and someone would be arguing against her in the Talmud.
right, fucking yeah. The other thing about the Christian Kabbalists is that they were actually pro-Jewish. They were like, hey, maybe we shouldn't burn Jewish texts and like set our Jewish population on fire constantly. Like, it's
like these were the woke ones.
they literally were the woke ones for their period, because you have to remember that the conservative period for, I will remind you, 13th century Spanish Catholicism was, let's just indiscriminately bury these people in a mass grave. Like, they killed Agrippa for being too pro-Jewish.
Oh my god.
They literally murdered him in prison for being too pro-Jewish.
This is like the secular humanists who don't realize like humanism as like a concept comes out of like a bunch of weird like woke monks, you know?
Yes, yes. It was all the like woke monks, all the woke monks that were like, you know, maybe learning is like a good thing inherently. You know, not just like as a means of production for producing educated courtiers. Maybe it's just like good to know things. Maybe we should teach the populace things.
Yeah, no, I feel like when you I'm also like so much of this is just also like American conspiracy shit in general is just because like they don't teach you history.
No.
They don't teach you who anyone was or like what was going on or anything. They teach you a bunch of dates of shit that because you have no idea like what any of the characters or like driving forces are, it's just slop. Like it's nothing. Um yeah, I don't know.
Hang on, I have to answer a text.
And like so much of like people being like the Margaret Murray people, or like even to our current day with the fucking the like younger Dryas, like Mudflood,
Oh,
Graham
yes.
Hancock guys, like all of this like could be so much easily solved if we just gave people like good history classes in school. Like um I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I wish people would engage with the like part of my like mission
Like
with this
go
whole
ahead.
occult educational thing is like, I want you to understand the context that these things actually existed in. Don't just like, don't stop with a Tumblr post. Don't stop with like a kind of smug TikTok. Like, the world is complicated. You have to like actually engage with the primary texts. You have to like, there are very smart people who have written a lot of very good. Yeah, we didn't fall out of a
This is what
Kabbalistic
pisses
coconut
me
tree
off.
of life.
This is what pisses me off so much about like, oh, I did like the Greek myths, but in like a modern context. And I'm like, you don't know what they were like in the historic context.
Right,
So like,
you don't
it's
even know
very
the
hard for you to
context.
like modernize. We exist in a context. You know, like, I don't know. There's so much weird about like Bronze Age culture that to fucking try to modernize the Iliad by like doing coffee shop AU, it makes me like physically ill. I don't
Right, it's like you have no idea what you're reading.
like Joyce was like at least not pretending to do that. You
Right,
know?
right. He was doing a bite of the Odyssey like structurally. He wasn't like trying to authentically represent the characters as themselves.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know.
It's like
I think this is all like Hamilton fans.
yeah, it Hamilton is like crazy to me that it exists. It's like Hamilton is like, I hate the word cognito hazard. It's like an actual cognito hazard. There's something spiritually evil about Hamilton the musical to me.
My dad loves Hamilton. He loves Jordan Peterson. He
Mm-hmm.
lost all his money on GameStop stock. He's the most type of guy
He
ever.
sounds like an awesome dude.
I love my dad.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Yeah, just fucking. Oh my god. Ugh. I got a sleeveless turtleneck sweater the other day, and it's like the exact like level of warmth that I need for sitting in one place and streaming.
Hmm.
It's keeping me very comfortable. Are you too aware that Lovecraft was like Margaret Murray's strongest soldier? He was genuinely defended her when his group chat was slandering her and such. That's funny.
That's amazing. Wait, I want to see this. Is this just like stuff that people said about him, or do we have like his like essay
Yeah, if you
where
can
he
find
defends witch cult in Western Europe?
yeah, if you can get quotes on that, put it in the Discord. Also, you can use command
I'm so
exclamation point Discord to join the Discord.
like I know that like Margaret Murray is all bunk and shit, but it has led to like interesting stuff in the world happening, which is
Yeah,
probably not like a great like like you could say the same thing of Alex Jones, but like
right.
I kind of fucking love like Robert Graves and Margaret Murray's like alt history becoming accepted by a bunch of like dorks so much so that like they form new religions.
Have we talked about
Like
how a lot of Lovecraft's mythos is fundamentally a reaction to theosophy?
no.
Yeah, like
It's just that he's like no, this shit is not all like rational bar chart.
no,
You
he
know,
thinks theosophy is real but a bad thing. He's like cuz like okay, a lot of theosophy was like people were going into these ancient ruins and like learning about the architecture and the history, and Lovecraft was like don't go into ancient temples because there might be evil gods there. Like he was like
was he's like one of those Christians who like is still suspicious that like the old like religions can like harm him.
yeah, he was like yeah, he was like he very much believed there was like listen, if you actually think that evil yeah, he didn't actually believe in an evil god, but he was like kind of spiritually terrified of the idea that like digging into this ancient history will unearth things that we are not ready for, right? He was like this whole theosophist project of like
It's like
searching for
Alien, like the movie
yeah,
Alien.
like searching for secrets in ancient scripture is like going to curse us for real, or it's like it's going to unearth things that we aren't ready for. Like we should is like the past is a dark and
This
scary
is so
thing,
much of what Cyclonopedia is about.
right, like it's was there like a material basis for that belief? It's like he was very much like okay, you have to remember that Lovecraft was fundamentally kind of terrified of everything, but he was also like he was terrified of modernity. He was for most of his life he was like a deeply conservative person. He didn't want anything to change. It's like any any new introduction to the world could have unbalanced the astral scales and thrown everything into like he saw the world as kind of like a body that is like on an IV and barely holding on to life, and if a single protein goes awry, then we will condemn ourselves to a long and painful death. So he's like, stop inventing new things, stop rifling through the past. Just it's like we have to knock all this shit off until we figure out how to make the present perfect. Yeah. He's afraid that if a single protein goes awry, everyone will like devolve into savages or something. Like they'll turn into like evil werewolves or something.
He's got like that John Harvey Kellogg like any like disturbance in the spirit is going to cause entropy to swallow the universe like
Yes.
thing. So this is why we should only eat like bland paste and never come.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And
Is
and it
it's
will
like the type of
manifest as
people
bad
who like
diarrhea.
It's like the type of people who fucking don't want Elvis's hips on television, but
Right,
for
right.
their day. Like,
This is what I mean. Society doesn't exist, but morality is magic. That is the fundamental conservative worldview. Is that like if younger,
that is a banger aphorism.
yeah, if Elvis's hips are placed on TV, there will be crop failures. Like those two things are meaningfully related in some way.
This is like still how conservatives work. It's like, oh, these people were reading Harry Potter and now we have a hurricane.
Yes, literally. And they believe in like they believe that like a book can make like reading a book can make you do things you don't actually want to do. Like they can turn you in
Yeah,
like
it's called the Book of Mormon.
yeah. But it's like reading the Book of Mormon will like it'll like spiritually lobotomize you and be like, I have to go join a cult or something. Like just reading it.
I mean, but that's like, yeah, no, you have to have the problem is the Book of Mormon is so mid. You have to have like two like strapping young lads to like peer pressure you into it because it's like such a piece of shit book that like
right.
you need to have handsome boys like be like, please stake your entire life on this. Look at how successful we look. We're wearing ties.
Right. That is like that is another thing that I got like I got a surprising amount of pushback on Tumblr for this for saying that like cognito hazards are not real, info hazards are not real. It's not possible to
Except for Hamilton.
Except for Hamilton, yes.
I think people just like they found a word that sounded really cool and
yes.
they wanted to keep using it and they felt bad. They felt like there was like a moral injunction on them for having used the word cognito hazard.
Right.
You put a fatwa on cognito hazard, and now they're mad and they're splitting. They're forming a new sect.
Exactly, and it's like a bunch of people like, you know that thing that people do on the internet where it's like you say a thing is dumb and bad, and then they're like, well, what about this? Like clearly making up something on the spot to try and prove you wrong, and it's like you don't even believe this. It's like you generated this opinion 2 minutes ago. Like, what are you? What are we doing here?
Hypotheticals. I'm so like. Deleuze and Guattari were right. Like metaphors and hypotheticals should die forever. I can't stand this shit anymore.
Exactly. It's just like it's like okay, but we should base our thought around things that are real and exist in real life.
Yes, this is all I want.
I love doing that because I'm horrible. Like you gotta understand that it's not cute. Like it's genuinely annoying that people when you do that.
You make a post and then it accidentally gets 30,000 notes, and then it's the same 500 people, like saying the same thing, trying to like, actually, or what about?
Mm-hmm. My
no
favorite.
one's ever thought of this before, and then you check the comments, and 1,000 people have said the same thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
And like, it's not like talking to them would be productive because they don't really want to say anything or do it. Like, it's just they want to be part of the conversation.
Exactly. Like, it's just like
they're without actually having to bring anything to the conversation or like notice anything in the real world that could relate to it, like, and draw connections. It's. I'm so tired of hypotheticals. I'm so tired of imagining a guy that's the exception that proves the rule. Like
it's so easy to like hear a rule and then being like, well, what if I made up a guy that was an exception? It's like, okay, well, you're making that up. Like we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's fucking wild. Like, I don't know. It is also personally interesting to me to see like what people react to on Tumblr. Like I posted about ghosts not being real, and like people on Tumblr were not having that, which is crazy to me. Like I
even atheists like still do that shit though.
Well,
like,
and I was like, okay, it's not real, and then I got a bunch of people being like, okay, well, there's a lot of like indigenous.
But there's energy.
Well,
but there's energy.
No, I got. It's like, well, a lot of people. It was like a lot of indigenous religions believe in ghosts. I'm like, name them. Like, what are we talking about here? It's like, also, just because of a Native American guy like believes in a thing does not make it true. Like, come on. Like, I've met Native American guys. Some of them are dumb. It's okay. A lot of, like, there are dumb people in every culture. Like, it's totally, like, just because a religion is marginalized does not mean that its beliefs are like inherently more true. It's very important.
Also, like sometimes, like belief is not the same thing as the like what you perceive belief
Yes, yeah.
as meaning. Like
And what's like
you
what
know, like I don't know, like take like Coyote in the Southwest, like. There's just this like amalgamation of like very like contradictory stories, and it's like, do you literally believe this? It's like that's not the point. That's not the
no,
point of any of the stories.
that pisses me off so much because it's like you are rhetorically gesturing to this vague idea of indigenous, quote unquote, indigenous spirituality that you have never engaged with. You don't care about, like, you do not care about these actual people. You don't care about what they actually believe. You don't care about how their religion actually fits into their real fucking life. You don't, like...
It's like, I can use these people to make it unwoke of you to disagree with my, like, watching, Travel Channel ghost shows. Like,
that's... The other thing is, like, okay, indigenous people have a difference between their religious belief and their mythology. Like, there's a lot of, like... If you go up to the average Christian, they're like... And you ask them, like, did everything in the Bible literally happen? Like, do you believe that, like, you know, do you believe that God actually turned a guy into a pillar of salt? A lot of people will say no. They're like, that's just mythology. It's just a story to illustrate a point. Like, people have this belief that, like, that doesn't apply to the Cherokee or that doesn't apply to the Apache.
Yeah.
Something. Like, it's
as
fucking, if they perfectly conceive of everything.
Actually,
completely
doing racism and trying to call you out for being unwoke. Like,
right. Like, most people are just like, people understand the concept of mythology. It's like, it's very racist of you to be like, every Native American guy literally believes in ghosts. That's crazy. It pisses me off. Also, like, literally name the religion. It is the curse of, like, caring about this type of shit deeply, is that when people make me mad about it online, I can't... it's like, if I get mad at them about this, I'm the asshole. Like, now the onus is on me to be, like, the person who is carrying all of... It becomes my job to, like, prove this person wrong and structure an argument when, oh shit, hey, thank you for the follower goal. Like, it becomes, I am now forced to be the representative for this entire concept, and I'm not always that eloquent. Like, I don't feel like I can do this in, like, the heightened emotional environment of, like, an internet argument. It's just not the place to be fighting this fight. That pisses me off. Because I care. I really do care. Yeah, we made a follower goal.
Yeah, no, it's like someone will make an offhand comment. It's like, I don't have 6 hours to, like, get all the sources together to explain why you're wrong, but you're a fucking dumbass for saying that. Like,
right, and it's like, people, it's like not just wrong, but, like, harmful, like kind of evil to say. Like, that is, like, one of the great griefs at the heart of studying history, in my opinion, is, like, you will see people reporting, like, you will see people unwittingly participating in, like, centuries-long crimes and be unable to explain to them what they are doing.
Well, and they're doing it in, like, a Miku Binder Jefferson type of way, where they're like, you're not allowed to be mad at me because, you know, even though this guy did slavery, I've made him trans. Like,
right.
Sort of like, not like,
it's as if history is a game.
They're literally doing that, but like, it's fucking, they're...
As if it's a toy. Like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good way of putting it. Is they're glorifying, like, human beings.
Right. And not just glorifying human beings, but, like, a guy that owned his wife.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm commissioning a new header for my blog. Like, I was very touched by Walter Benjamin's interpretation of the Angel of History, and I wanted to explore that idea a little more. I
Hmm.
especially like I bought the what is it, the that one occult publisher that publishes all the like super dope art books. I'm forgetting their name right now. Not Sachin.
Is this Ouroboros?
No, they did like Eow and Pillars.
Oh, Anathema.
Anathema. I got that Anathema book on Ophite symbology, and I found that like very resonant
The Yao
with
one?
yeah the Eow one.
I have it right in front of me.
Yeah, it's on my shelf right next
To
to
my
me.
father, who hated all of my mystical ramblings, here they are. That's such a
Aw,
good dedication.
that is so cute. But it's like I don't know. That it really
Yeah.
inspired me to like explore that imagery of like, well, especially now as like in my role as a pop historian, it's like I'm sort of forced to act as a caretaker of history in some small way, and there. The more you study history, the more you get a sense for like the incredible responsibility that is, and just there's a lot of grief
Yeah,
implied in that.
history is your little and you're the caregiver.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of things that
Sorry, I'm
no,
sorry.
literally, it's like it's no the pose that I asked the artist for. Like, here's how I want you to represent my angel of history: is I want them to be thrown backwards by the winds of time as if tossed upon a mattress.
Mhm.
Because that's how it feels. There's like I don't know. There's a very humbling awareness of the things that I cannot explain to people, just out of my own ignorance and inarticulation. And that is both a source of incredible fear and anxiety, but also ambition. It's a mountain that I will never conquer, but I need to try. And it's wild to engage with that, like on Tumblr of all places, where people will like, just kind of like people just develop like the pettiest attitudes towards this, like things that are like truly
They
very
get so
meaningful to
deathly
me.
serious and they're very like flippant about like real topics, but they like form opinions on shit that they don't
And then
ever like dive into, and then they're mad at people who spend their whole lives doing it because it disturbs their like cocoon, you know.
yeah, and it's like there's this simultaneous like being deathly both death that's a great way to put it, like describing it as both deathly serious and flippant in a way that is like a Mott and Bailey fallacy. It's like if you criticize me for being inarticulate, it's because I'm being flippant, and if you criticize me for being flippant, it's because I'm actually more serious and you're not taking me seriously. Like it's just this you're playing a game with history that it doesn't deserve to be played with in a way. There are jokes to be made about history. There's humor and there is humor and farce to be found in history, and that should be pointed out and played with, but it's like people don't know where to
No,
stop with it.
yeah, they're they want to make an easy joke, but like the joke doesn't work when you don't know anything. Like you,
Oh man, May says this is why you should speak only in riddles. Literally, that's like a response that I have done before. It's like I will make a post so obscure that only like the 8 theology perverts that follow me are gonna understand. But I also feel like that's intellectually cowardly in some way. Like, oh, I'm not it's like
yeah,
I do kind of have the burden of like I am kind of a
I do
represent.
want to be able to explain all of my like thoughts on this to people who watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes, that it's like that is like at the core of my work. Like this is not for the other history perverts. Like there's a couple like history posters on Tumblr that fucking hate me because I've been flippant about stuff in the past, which like that's fine. You don't have to like everything I've said, but it's like I
If you
am
give them enough
trying.
real shit, you can eventually turn people who watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine into the theology perverts.
Some of them
you
are
know?
in
Like,
this chat. Like I fucking yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like I'm not writing to you. I am not writing to somebody with multiple degrees in ancient languages. I am writing to your mother. I'm writing to the person that is. It's like
The Barbaras and the Debras.
I'm writing to the girlies that go to the fucking crystal shop to buy tarot decks. That's who I'm writing for because I want them to engage. They find some joy and engagement in this, and I want to give that to them in a healthy and constructive way that enriches them as a person.
Yeah, they're compelled by it, but like the only people around them talking to them about any of it are like literal believers in the Anunnaki controlling the government and like secret space programs that are harvesting your cum energy, and
Mm-hmm.
light workers are uh, dropping like ODSTs. Their souls are dropping like ODSTs into babies to heal the world or whatever.
That's such a great image. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's really funny. It's like the beginning of a
They literally
Helldivers
believe
match.
that,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, that's like what they think.
That's so awesome. You're
Like
so
like a light
right.
worker like thinks of themselves as like an ODST here to like make everyone dress in purple and wear amethysts. Like
Right, right. They're doing Helldivers shit, but for being kind to others. Oh my
yeah,
god, that's great. The light workers are in control. No, and it's like it's literally yeah, exactly. I just fucking it's like
they're like I was sent by the avian bird people to the Pleiadian.
yes, yes. Yeah, they're literally the positivity force from that one Connor O'Malley video. Yeah, we're like the army but for jerking off.
Oh God.
Oh my god. I fucking I just want there's so much there's so many wonderful and enriching and beautiful things to be found in the study of history, and I want people to engage with those.
Also, like religion is like one of those things where when you study religion as like a through line, like your like core thread around which you weave all the other shit,
Mm-hmm.
um, you get to see the way like power and ideology and economics and like gender and all this other interesting stuff functions. How like poetics and rhetoric and literature all kind of form this like culture. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
No, you're
That's
right. Ugh. All
I
right.
found that like studying the like religious part of it just gives you that
Yeah.
um uh like lets you dip your fingers into all the pies of like a specific time and place in a
Yes.
way that like war people will never get like the whole like history or like culture of a lot of things because they're just looking at like maps and uh shit like I don't know and
Ooh, May asks a good question in
weapons.
chat. This is probably too big a question for late in the stream, but how important do you think historical knowledge is to being an effective magician? I think it's inevitable. I think you literally can't be a good magician without understanding history. But the path to becoming an effective magician goes through history. Just inevitably. Like
um
where else would it go?
I think there are good magicians who don't know history, but the best magicians tends to know a
Hmm.
lot of history stuff. Like it tends to be just kind of like an innate passion of theirs.
Right.
Um,
There are
like
also
I
the
don't know, like
the
would
rare
you say like Austin Spare was like a big history buff? I wouldn't think so that much, but like
hmm.
he happens to be like one of the most brilliant magicians ever.
There are
Um,
also people that are just like naturally schizophrenic shamans. Like I have a friend who just is that, like knows nothing about history, but is like a effectively a mystic.
yeah,
Mm. And yeah, I think that's a good point. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go. I have to go eat lunch. Thank you for joining me for stream, Riley. Thank you for joining me
yeah,
again. This was a lot of fun.
yeah. We didn't really read Agrippa at all. We got off into books and then started talking about some more shit. But I think this was a fun conversation.
Beauty of the stream, baby. All right, everyone. I'll catch you next week. Bye.
Next work.
Next work.
Bye.
Bye.